everybody doing today? Happy Friday.
Good evening. Happy Friday. If you hadn't looked at the title, this week we're going to be talking about your dream home. Everybody has a dream home. I have a dream home. Eddie has a dream home. Everybody's spouse's dream homes may not match the dream home that you envision.
Ours match.
Sometimes people want to live in a little tiny house. Some people want to live in big giant mansions in California. A home doesn't necessarily have to be in a particular area, as you know, like, do you want to even want to live in the same state that you lived in before, or where you're currently living? Do you have a dream place that you would like this home to be? I want to know what your idea of a dream home is. Everybody has their own dream home. My envisionment of a dream home is I want to live on, a good 2 acres, and I like it to be wooded, and I want it to be small. I want to have a wraparound porch. I want it to be a little bit lifted off the ground, like what they call on piers. I would like that. Make sure that we can hear me okay. I like the house to be on piers. And I would like, I always thought I wanted a swimming pool, but the older I get, the more I don't want a swimming pool. And then, and I want a house that has a porch swing on it, like one of those like old-fashioned porch swings with the chains on it. I think that would be something really nice.
Yep. And hey, Married to the Farm.
Oh, hi, Married to the Farm. Thank you for joining our live stream this Friday night. I appreciate you stopping in. What is your idea of a dream home? Do you currently live in your dream home? I want to know I'm asking people what their dream home is. What is your dream home, Eddie?
In the mountains, would be near Asheville, North Carolina.
Speak up a little bit.
I'm sorry. It'd be in North Carolina, near Asheville. In the mountains, smaller home than what we have now. Wraparound porch. Overlooking the Smokies. Mm-hmm. Nothing else too big. Just for me, it's location.
Yeah, the location.
Location.
I like it nice and cool.
So, Married to the Farm. What do you think? What's your dream home? That's something. Maybe we should. Bring it back.
Yeah, it's a public. This is kind of strange that not many people have popped on today.
I know. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, it's weird. We got it. 74 acres in rural Midwest. Wow.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Nobody around me.
Nobody around. I wonder though, is it difficult to, like, say, I know that you have children, so if anything was to happen, do you have anybody close to you that could get to you, or is it difficult for you guys to get things that you may need that you wouldn't be able to actually have on your farm? There's hospitals and, there's supplies that you need. Does it take you a long time to get to where you need to go? I've never had that kind of lifestyle, so I wanted to know. I was always curious about that.
And I would ask about shopping, but it sounds like you live on a farm.
Yeah,
74 acres.
they're self-sufficient.
I don't think there's much need for the necessities of milk, vegetables, eggs.
She's got a whole tribe of kids.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's got, and they're all boys and they're all wild. we got one calm little girl and one hyper little girl.
Yeah. Married to the Farm says, our house is 100 years old, so it's always a work in progress. I am sure it's always a work in progress. I know even our house, which is 4 or 5 years old, mm-hmm. it's still a work in progress. And we built this house from ground up, and it's the same way. It feels a little odd every time. And I always tell myself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? This is a new house. This is why I bought a new house. Now I almost think I just want an older home now.
Our first home was one of those homes that you had it was a dream to us because we had never owned a home before, but it was a previously rented home, and we had to do an exorbitant amount of work on the house. It was really, really bad. It was what we could afford, but over time it needed a new air conditioning unit, it needed a new hot water heater, it needed a new roof, and we had we replaced all the carpeting. We replaced, I mean, every stitch of flooring. The only thing that really remained was the cabinets. We had to repaint the whole thing, ceilings, walls.
Yep.
The windows were okay. We had to paint the whole outside of the house. The outside of the house had never been painted in the 25 years that we lived there, and it was like chalk. You could put your hand on it, and it was just coming off on your hands from the stucco. But shockingly, the windows were in great shape. We had been through many hurricanes, and those windows.
Yeah.
We had these green pine cones hit our windows, and it's still stayed up.
If anybody remembers Hurricane Charlie, yeah, it was Hurricane Charlie in Florida. That those windows went through that, and I was impressed because you could feel it coming back at you and then swing back around. Boiled Nuts joined. First of all, Married to the Farm said, we have a hospital 20 minutes away. In our city, that's the county seat, is 10 minutes. It's 30 plus to the closest real city with a non-impressive mall.
Well, you know what? No mall is impressive anymore.
No.
They all stink. Like, our mall here when we first moved here was pretty decent, but, I mean, who likes the mall anymore? You can buy everything you need on Amazon anyways.
I was going to say, most places, I mean, most of the time, I can't remember the last time I went to the mall. Nor do I remember the last time the kids asked to go to the mall.
The kids are going tomorrow to the mall with but my mom wants to go, and she wants to buy them a new bathing suit. So,
hey, Boiled Nuts.
Hey,
says,
Boiled
hey,
Nuts. Gang. Okay, so I know that Boiled Nuts lives in Hawaii, and I want to know now that you live in Hawaii, are you living in your dream home? And if you're not, what would be your dream home? What is your dream home? To me, like somebody said, are you living in your dream home? And to me, right now, I mean, I love this house. It was one of my favorite houses we lived in. But my dream retirement home is a small house. Once the kids are gone, I want a smaller house. Do you know why? Less stuff to clean.
Yes, less stuff to keep, less stuff to clean.
I want to downsize. I don't want to have to clean. I hate cleaning. I can't stand it.
Married to the Farm says, sorry, not loading well. Is the stream not loading well? Because I'm playing it, and that's why I'm just asking. And then Tokyo Drew says 831.
Keep going.
Oh yeah.
I hate OBS. I love OBS. Tokyo Drew, are you living in your dream home? I mean, if you could live anywhere, I mean, I know that you live in Tokyo, and I know that you love it there. But is the dwelling that you live in, is that your dream home? And if it isn't, what would be your dream home? What's your dream place to live? That's what I'm asking everybody. I want everybody to know.
And Boiled Nut says, I want to be your next door neighbor. You can come.
Yeah, you would have a great time. Like, the one thing I can honestly say about the people of Louisiana that we have adopted very quickly was everybody loves to feed one another. And like this past weekend was Mother's Day, and Eddie made crawfish, and he made way too much, just like everybody else does. So we bagged up all the crawfish. They were still hot, and brought them over to neighbors' houses. And then my mom and dad brought too much cake, and we bagged up cake and brought it over to neighbors' houses. That's what we do.
And Boiled Nuts, not our exact neighbor, but the one next to them is up for sale. So feel free.
Yeah, it's a 2-story house. It's really lovely. It's a 5-bedroom too.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a 5-bedroom.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So. The Fantastic Joe. Hey. Married to the Farm says, I understand. My mom did new construction. Wasn't perfect like I thought. We were originally going to tear this down, but now we've put so much into it. We're wiring, new wiring, gutted upstairs, etc. I completely understand.
I know, but after we finished that first house we lived in, I was like, I don't want another house that we have to do constant stuff to. But even when you buy a new house, you still have to do constant stuff. Fantastic Joe, what's your dream home? I want to know.
He put it right there. I just get a nice RV and travel around the country. That is my dream home.
Well, listen here, Fantastic Joe. My parents did that. They sold their house. They put a bunch of their belongings in a storage unit. They said, well, we don't want to get rid of our stuff. We want to figure out if this is something we want to do. They bought a really nice RV. They traveled all through the United States, up through Canada, all the way California. I mean, they went all through the Midwest. They had already lived in the Northeast, so they didn't do much of that. But they went through all that, and then after like almost 3 years, they were like, yeah, we need to get home. We want a home. Like they couldn't do it anymore. And I think that's a lot to ask of a person to be in that such of a tight space and traveling all the time. And then my dad was the only one that drove. So, you know,
he took a beating.
He took a beating. You know, like there's one person that's telling you how to drive all the time and they never drive. And then you're the one that's driving all the time. I think that's just hard on people. I don't know. But if you're doing it by yourself, have at it. I think it sounds fun, but I don't know if I could be in that type of space with you for 3 years.
I love you, but no.
No, I think we'd kill each other.
I could probably do it for about a month, and then that's about it.
Yeah. You know, Married to the Farm, it might be your connection or it might be ours. We've had flashing lights going on and off. We've had one heck of a rainstorm here just a minute ago. Our intention this evening was actually to do a live stream from the parade of homes. And we were going to get in the car and drive around to some of the parade homes, but it was a deluge outside.
Yeah.
It was a typical Louisiana rain that you would see in a movie.
We had lightning, thunder, everything. As a matter of fact, the home generator is on right now.
Right.
Still kicking on. So that's why we can be up. If we were one of our neighbors right now, I don't think we would be up.
Yes. Yeah. Thank God for a home generator. That was one of those things that I requested when we moved in. I'm like, if we're buying this house, I want a home generator. Because we had a hurricane here once. 13 days without electricity with toddlers in the house was absolutely miserable. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Not ever.
Tokyo Drew says, I live in my dream home place, a condo in the middle of Tokyo beside Tokyo Dome, and every convenience you could ever want in a city, I'm sure. Matter of fact, my oldest daughter, Aubrey, who, if you haven't seen before, they did the takeover, what was it, last Friday night or Saturday?
Yeah, that was so funny.
But that was her favorite place. She wanted to go there. Couldn't tell you why. I think she wanted to be a ninja weather...
Yeah, she wanted to be a ninja meteorologist that lived in Tokyo.
Yeah.
That was when she was really small.
Really, really small.
If y'all haven't seen, Tokyo Drew does fantastic, beautiful vlogs of Tokyo. They're so pretty. And he's like, oh my god, his B-roll is like... spot on.
I was just complimenting it on your last video. So.
Yeah, and he's like, his B-roll is like amazing. And Eddie's a B-roll junkie.
I will look for it.
Oh, VCG VCG Construction's in the house. Hello, your real estate whisperer, Eddie.
Hello.
VCG Construction. What is your imagination? What is your dream home? Are you living in your dream home? And what would your dream home look like if you could design it and build it yourself?
Yes, you and Miss VCG.
Oh, bye, Fantastic Joe. Thank you for stopping in.
Joan E. Smith says, RVing, yes, but keep your home too. I agree. You would have to have a home base.
Yeah, I agree.
The Fantastic Joe said, well, you just stop somewhere and then you roll out. When you get bored, off to the next place. I agree, but that's still some close, tight space.
Yeah. Us Out Loud. Hi, everyone. Hi, Us Out Loud. Thank you for welcoming to the live stream. Let us know what your dream home would be. Would it be on the beach? Would it be in the mountains? What would it look like? Would it have a porch? Would it have a lot of land? Would it be a postage stamp with no land whatsoever so you didn't have to mow it? I want to know.
Green eggs and ham.
Yes.
BCG says, I love OBS, hate BS.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Joe's still at work. Gotta run. Tokyo Drew, wow. When she is old enough, she can come work for me as a teacher. Well,
that would be right up her alley.
That would.
That would be right up her alley.
Put in Tokyo, it's all her.
Mm-hmm. She's smart too. Like you don't know. Like she is in 9th grade, but she actually goes to school at the
college.
Yeah, the little local community college up here, and she's by the time she graduates, when she gets her high school diploma, she'll actually have a 2-year degree, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, she's still a part of the high school, but she goes to school at the community college. So it's kind of weird how it does that, but it's actually awesome. Actually, one of the girls this year from Donaldsonville graduated and is actually going to Harvard.
Oh, good for her.
She's a senior at the early college option.
Yeah, that early college option is great. I think it gives kids good focus, especially at that age. They don't have to worry about the cliques and everything. It's a really small group of kids. It's like a private school, and they get a higher education. It's fantastic.
Their first 2 years are high school, so they go freshman, sophomore in their freshman year, junior, senior year in their sophomore year, and then they start college credits from there on out for their junior, senior year.
But she had college credit classes this year.
She had some, yes. They sprinkle some in now, but at the last two are just all college credits.
Right.
Tokyo Drew says, VC Drew, laugh out loud. Us out loud, as you stated.
VCG wants a Home Depot.
That's probably true.
VCG construction should be they do about 3 or 4 streams a week from the Home Depot, because what do men love more than anything? Tools and Home Depot. Every time they go there, I always pop on their live streams, and every time they go there, I'm like, will you look at the plants? How about the paint colors? Can we look at tile? And he's like, look at this drill. I'm like, please look. But it's full of men. I mean, what do I expect?
BCG says, I love contemporary homes and one with a huge walk-in closet for the missus. And by the way, happy anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary,
BCG
to you and the families. I hope you guys have some fantastic beef sandwiches. If y'all don't know, Vince loves himself a beef sandwich, so. Sandwich.
Tokyo Drew says, thanks for the plug, guys. Actually going out in an hour to live stream the biggest festival in Japan at 10 a.m. and I will be there.
Oh, well, it's 10 a.m. in Japan,
yes.
But it will be like, let's see, 8:16 my time, so it'll be 9:16 East Coast time.
Like that, yeah.
All right, well, yeah, cool. I'll pop over there, because I love seeing what you guys got over there. It's like a whole different world. It's so neat.
Married to the Farm says, you talked about downsizing later. We've talked about adding on.
Yeah, we did that too.
But then I think by the time we get it just right, kids will start moving out and we'll have a huge house. That is the reason why we picked the house that we have now. It's not
huge,
too big.
Huge.
But it's not too small. It gives them space. They live on one side of the house and we live on the other side of the house, and it gives us that space, and then we can downsize it. Yeah,
we have a triple split, so it's like the master's on one side, and then the kids are separated because they don't get along anyway. They'll get along later, but right now they don't. And so I thought, well, this is the way to do it. Just keep them away from each other. And I didn't want a 2-story house because I don't want to climb upstairs. There's just some nights you just want to not climb upstairs, so I didn't want to do that.
Every night for me. Married to the Farm says, wow, that's awesome. Us out loud. I live here in Los Angeles, and I've seen my fair share of fabulous homes. However, if I could pick a style in a place, it would be a large 1-story ranch home with a private pond. Lots and lots of land, and we were looking at one just recently.
We did.
It was, about an acre and a half, 2 acres?
It was 2 acres.
2 acres, had its own pond. Of course, it had a lot of work still that needed to be done. You needed to gut it out, the pond. You needed to clean it out, also the land. But it was full of trees, dirt road in there, and had a little trail in the back. The house that was on it needed to be torn down. But,
it was so cool.
That would have been my place.
It had the pond. It had like right in the back there was like this wooded area, and then right when you got past the wooded area there was this like cleared out pasture that was perfect grass and everything. I'm like, oh, you could totally have a secret house right behind here,
House with a house.
Yeah, like people would know. It'd be like perfect to hide from the zombie apocalypse.
Oh dear Lord.
My ultimate dream house. I've always wanted this.
It's underground. No, I'm just kidding.
It is.
Oh, it's underground.
I saw years ago a movie where the guy had built a house in a mountain, and it ended up being a real house. It wasn't just made for Hollywood. It was a real house. Did you see the lights flicker, or did I just have a stroke?
No. If you did, I had it with you. So.
Okay. So, anyways, they had cut out a piece of the mountain, and then they built the house into this mountain. So, in the inside of the house, some of the walls were actually granite, the rock that was. Oh, it was so neat. And he was terrified of nuclear fallout. And he would have, whenever he thought there was a threat, he had these lead doors that would go over the front of it. I'm like, that would be the coolest house. I mean, because the whole front of it was glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you know what? I think I've seen that one.
Right. You actually park your car on this, in this elevator thing, and it brings you down into the house. It was.
Neat.
I mean, granted, this guy probably was like, I don't even
A
want to.
gajillionaire.
Yeah, a gajillionaire. But it was like such a cool movie and such a cool concept because he was so obsessed with the fact that he thought he was gonna die.
Oh, by the way, that flicker was the electricity back on, generators off.
Yeah, electricity.
Woo! So, in Us Out Loud, I'm sure you have seen your fair share of beautiful homes. LA area's got some really nice ones.
We just had the parade of homes here. Speaking of beautiful homes, I bet some people found their dream home this past weekend.
Yeah.
It's going to go on this next weekend as well. But we had the parade of homes. You got the houses that are like the starter homes all the way to the houses that were, I don't know, they were like, $1.5 million.
Yep.
Yeah, so I went into a few of those and they were nice. I have to say though, like the ones that were $1.5 million, you're kind of like, huh, this is what $1 million gets you? I don't know. I think I'll stick with my $350,000 and $450,000.
Huh.
It was the location that sold it because it was right next to a really old antebellum home that they're restoring.
Mm-hmm.
And but to me, I was like, it didn't make me go.
I'll be running by it tomorrow.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it was all that in a bag of chips.
Us Out Loud says, and of course a 2,000 square foot workshop. Laugh Out Loud. VCG Construction says thank you. And I would love a workshop. Us Out Loud, Laugh Out Loud. Married to the Farm, oh nice. VCG says that house sounds nice. Us Out Loud, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. And
Go
sighting. That was the electricity. I saw right when Us Out Loud put that on there too.
Tony Stark's man cave.
Yes.
Yes, probably. Yay. I have a friend that was concerned that her power wasn't going to come back. She's a single mom and she was like, the power went out and she was having a little coronary. She's like, they told me it's not going to be back till midnight, but she got her electricity back too. I don't know if you can see this, but she's like, yay, it's back. I think she was like hoping that, if it got too bad, that she could come over here.
Which she could have, but
yeah,
didn't have to happen.
Would you guys want a pool in your house? Like if someone was to say, okay, you're going to get a brand new pool free of charge. We'll clean up the mess. You get the pool of your dreams. Would you get a pool in your yard?
Tokyo Drew says, okay, I got to go out to live stream in 40 minutes. Be safe out there, have fun, and we will see you then.
Yeah, and we'll see you on the flip side.
We'll see you on the flip side. A pool. Would I do a pool? Part of me always wants a pool, but then the other part of me says, no.
All those years I wanted a pool. I don't even know when the switch happened because I wanted a pool when we first moved here, but now I'm like,
all the upkeep of it is just kind of like, I don't know if I want it. No.
The maintenance of it. It's like I think about it like this. You spend so much time out there mowing the lawn, picking the weeds. I mean, you're out there for like a good 4 hours mowing that little tiny bit of grass that we have. And I would think about, oh my God, if we had a pool, that would be you'd be out there for 6 hours.
What? Just because I like my yard. That's how I get yard of the month.
I know. And he's obsessed with the yard of the month. So, I mean,
I'm not anymore.
Okay. So the whole idea of having a pool, just knowing that he'd be out there every Saturday for 6 hours in the summertime makes me want to blow my brains out. So no pool for me.
Oh. VCG says yes, he would love one, and so is Us Out Loud. VCG says my wife always wanted one. Boiled Nut says no pool for me. Nuts aren't waterproof. I'm glad I don't have one because I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Us Out Loud, I agree. When I had my kids were young, I was like, no. Yeah.
I agree with you. I will not put a damper on this, but my nephew drowned in the swimming pool. He passed away at 3 years old. So
a week before 3.
A week before 3. So I understand the trepidation of swimming pools and children. They're attracted to water, and that's what they do. But the thing is that there's always things. I want a porch swing, and some people are like, ew, a porch swing. And then I used to love trees around the house. I thought that was so beautiful. But now that I've been selling real estate for a while, I realize that trees around the house are actually a terrible thing the roots get up underneath the frames, the foundations of the homes and tear them up. If you have a basement, it eats up a basement foundation. Yeah, as much as I love a tree, they're terrible for around your house. So even when we get our 2 acres and it's a wooded area, we're not gonna have a tree anywhere near the house.
No, but we'll have trees around it, like on the outside of the property.
Yeah. Yep.
So Married to the Farm says, I would panic every time my kid went missing, and I agree. I would too.
Well, I panicked anyway. Like when my kids are little, I mean, if they got quiet, I'm like, oh my gosh, where are they? What have they eaten? Where's the poison control number? You know, like, especially the younger one. The younger one, she was so mischievous. She had split her eye open in the same spot with the same piece of furniture 3 times. Guess what? That piece of furniture went to the trash.
Yes.
And
I can remember the last time I took her there. It was we were sitting up. She had hit her head. I had to take her to the doctor's, and I had a white shirt on and looked like a murder scene. And
the older daughter used, when she was little, she would eat potting soil. Like she would take. There was not a potted plant in the house. We had to take. She would take handfuls of that black potting soil and just eat it. They said she had pica, so she had an iron deficiency, and that we had to give her more iron.
Us Out Loud says, right at Married to the Farm. Us Out Loud, hashtag Yard of the Month. Yes.
I know. He has got to have it. Yard of the damn month.
Married to the Farm says, our family had a pond 1.5. I'm sure 1.5 miles down the road. If anything, we talked about cleaning that up. Married to the Farm, 1.5 miles. Married to the Farm again, exactly at Us Out Loud.
That's just horrible. Yep. Us Out Loud says, roots break the sewer lines. They do. And then, if you have clay sewer lines, they'll actually grow into the clay, and the clay will deteriorate. Oh, it's terrible.
And
whoa, that's awful. So I'm so sorry. It happened years ago. It's terrible, but it was a definite learning lesson, because it's kind of one of those things. Well, that will never happen to us, and then it got so close to home. I'm like, oh, no pool for us.
Yeah, no pool.
No pool. But I did teach my kids to swim very early.
Us Out Loud says, laugh out loud. Yes. Silence is no good.
Yeah, as soon as they get quiet, you're like, oh my god, they've totally eaten.
Something's going on.
Yeah, they just ate a jar of Vaseline.
Something's going on. Edge every day. Hey guys.
Hey, Edge every day. I heard your story, you and your wife's story about the worst buying experience, but I want to know, tonight's stream is all about what would be your favorite home. If you could build your dream home, what would be your dream home? What is your idea of a dream house? And it doesn't have to be where you live now, and it doesn't have to be your current home. Just it could be in Hawaii, it could be in California, it could be in Canada, it could be in Amsterdam. But I just want to know what's your idea of a dream house?
Us Out Loud. Hey Edge, every day. How are you? Matt the Realty Guy.
Smoosh the like button.
Remember, open house tomorrow, 12/2/2020, Bank Street, Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, so Matt the Realty Guy, if you haven't figured it out, is a real estate agent. And Matt the Realty Guy, I would love to know what your idea of a dream house is. And also, if you're in the Baltimore, Maryland area, Matt will be doing an open house. So go by and say hello to Matt the Realty Guy. He's a really nice guy. He's super funny. And he does some live streaming on Facebook, too.
And at 12/2/2020, Bank Street. Boiled Nut says, pools in Hawaii need to be enclosed and gated. They do...
they do in Florida.
Yes, they do in Florida, and some people are starting to do it here, not everybody.
It's in the state of Louisiana, it's not a law to have a fence around a swimming pool. So you could see, it always blew my mind. You could actually drive down the road and see a swimming pool, just walk right across. Somebody could walk across the yard and just go right in. I think to me, that's a recipe for disaster.
But more and more people are putting fences up, though.
I'm surprised that the insurance companies allow that. Most insurance companies, I would have said you have to put a fence around it because it's a liability to them. But, I mean, who are they?
Laugh Out Loud. Here we can see it to the road. And we can see down it for miles. Then we run and check in the cattle pen.
Check in the cattle pen.
Nice.
Married to the Farm. Last gross. Matt says renters. ... Matt's been working with some renters.
Ah.
Boiled nuts here in LA as well. Oh, he's talking about the cost.
Oh.
Oh, Millennial Times too! Yay! I made it to
Hey!
the stream.
Sorry.
Well, thank you for coming to the stream. Tonight's stream is about what you want for a dream home. What would be your idea of a dream house? Please let me know, and we'll talk about your idea for a dream home.
Yes.
I want to know.
Mine is in a mountain, wraparound porch, small.
Mine is to avoid nuclear fallout, and I would want it to be cut in a mountain, and I want it to like have lead, the windows to have like lead stuff in front of it, and I want it to be fully stocked because I'm afraid of zombies. So if the zombie apocalypse was to happen or nuclear fallout, I could live in my little mountain house and survive.
Millennials TV Time says, I'd like to live in Pennsylvania. Us out loud. Hi at Matt the Realty Guy. Lou,
187. I see you.
Woo, hey. So what is your dream home? 187 I see you.
Uh-huh.
Oop. Did you move it?
Yeah.
Okay. Us out loud. Sup, yo. Married to the farm in our neighboring county. Ponds had to be fenced, but not here.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's kind of like in Florida. King of the Crease.
King Brian.
What up, everybody?
He says, yo nuts.
Yo nuts.
187 says, yo King. Hey, King, let us know what your idea of a dream home is.
Mine's in a mountain still. Hasn't changed.
We can't even have a diving board. Here, you can't. The insurance companies are hard on people about the diving boards and a slide. You know, they required certain kinds of rules. But the actual county and the parish and...
Where is it you can't have a diving board at all, though?
The insurance companies don't.
Oh, okay.
And he's saying that in Hawaii they can't have a diving board.
Everybody's saying hello to Nuts,
King of the Crease.
Carlos De La Cruz. Up, everybody. Hey!
I hope your daughter's doing better.
I do, too.
Give us a report.
If anybody hasn't heard, Carlos's daughter... you guys were at the hospital yesterday, I believe it was, or was it the day before?
A couple days ago.
Had some stomach issues. So hopefully everything is good, and hopefully she's recovering nicely and speedy. So speedy recovery. Speedy.
We're
recovery.
wishing her a speedy recovery.
She's wishing her one, and I'm wishing a speedy one. Matt the Realty Guy. Quick, everyone who has Kristina's cell, call her, blow it up. I dare you.
Oh, who's texting me? I did get 4 messages.
Matt the Realty Guy says, my dream home is one that's paid for and nothing to do with it. You know what? That I think is almost everybody's. Carlos De La Cruz says, laugh out loud, Matt. Married to the Farm, laugh out loud, Matt the Realty Guy. 94 GT Coupe. Dream home, hours away from another soul. Mine's to go into the Smoky Mountains, overlooking it, so that's kind of there. 94 Carlos De La Cruz, thank you guys. She's stable. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. Vincent says, what's the link to the Discord?
Oh! Well, let me just explain to the people that don't know. VCG Construction and I have a shared Discord. It has a lot of stuff about tools, but it's really just a place for all of us when we're not on the live stream to hang out with one another. It's a way for us to share what we're cooking for dinner, what we, our pets, pictures of our pets. It's just a way for all of us to connect. But there is some rules about the Discord, and the Vince says it the best. Yeah, the rule is when you're not on a live stream, you can't share the link to the Discord. Like, the only way you can get the link to the Discord is through the live streams. Then that's it. What's the second rule of the Discord?
If you're new to the live stream, if you're new to the Discord, you must post on the Discord.
Whether it be your picture of your pet, a new tool, whatever. That's the one of the rules. And what's the third rule of the Discord? The third rule of
That's
the
the one I
Discord.
always miss.
The third rule of Discord is you can't share the Discord.
Oh. Unless you're on the live stream.
Unless you're on the live stream. So I will get the link to the Discord because I've been requested.
So King of the Crease said, I want a 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 10,000 square foot house in Ascension Parish. I know a good realtor.
I know a really good agent that can help you with that.
Married to the Farm, I don't know if we read this one earlier, says the eating soil thing was what I said was gross.
Oh.
I feel like there's a delay.
Oh, probably.
Sorry. I just wanted to get that one out. Well, Nut says cruise. Up. 187 says GT. Daniel! Hello! Oh, cool. Gang here too. We are, because you know why? We're a wonderful community. One that's willing and always willing to help each other. Like your real estate whisperer putting up the Discord.
I'm trying to find the Discord link. It's like for some reason it's not letting me copy.
So Matt the Realty guys ask, is the liquid in the cup warm or cold? Which one? This one? This one's cold.
And this one tonight is cold as well.
It's cold. Cold
and a little fuzzy.
But this one is cold and just clear.
All right, let's hope this one works. Okay.
187 ICU says Vince. Vince says at King of the Crease, let's work a package deal. Hey, come on. Hey, you guys are all welcome to come here.
And you know
we'd
what?
have a blast.
And you know the thing is you can make it into a business expense because you could look at investment property because property is so much less expensive here than it is where you guys live, and you could look at some investment property, and then I know Eddie and I could do some little property management for you guys.
Oh.
So that way, we can help you get some good tenants in there. We have some rental properties as well. It'd be a great investment for your future. Blah 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 blah.
And by the way, there is some wonderful tool stores here. Some real local, small little tool stores. Some I love. So you could do a live stream there.
And I didn't know
Just
this.
saying.
There's a Harbor Freight. So if you guys
there is right across from Lowe's.
Mm-hmm.
Never been there?
I've never been to Harbor Freight.
Would you like to go this weekend?
Should I go to Harbor Freight? If I go to Harbor Freight, what should I look for at the Harbor Freight? I mean, because, I like Lowe's because it has decor, paint, and that kind of stuff. Does Harbor Freight have that kind of stuff, or is it just tools?
Face Wind You. Hello, by the way. Welcome to the live stream. Says Waterfront and Martha's Vineyard.
Well, I lived near there. I lived in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and we used to go to Martha's Vineyard every single summer for, my friend's mom had a cottage out there, and we used to do it all the time. It was so awesome. I love Martha's Vineyard. I know that area very well. And
Vincent says, at Carlos de la Cruz, that's good to hear. It surely is. Married to the Farm, ours is almost paid for. 3.5 more years. I'm jealous.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
All that land, all that house.
Ooh, here's a good buying tip. So if you have a 30-year mortgage or a 20-year mortgage or a 15-year mortgage, if you make one extra payment a year or pay your mortgage every 2 weeks, you actually shave off, I think it's 8.5 years on a 30-year mortgage. Or maybe that's on the 15-year mortgage. But you shave off a bunch of time because you're paying down the principal. So if you pay every 2 weeks or make one additional payment a year, you shave off a lot of time on your mortgage. There's a little pro tip for you.
Carlos de la Cruz says, at Vince, thanks, my friend. King of the Crease, laugh out loud, Vince. 187 ICU, my dream home is anywhere there is love. Lame GT voice.
Anywhere there is love.
Hopefully that was the lame GT voice you wanted.
Yeah.
Vince says, no creepers on the Discord. Oh, is that the third? Is that the third or is that the fourth rule?
No creepers on the Discord?
Yeah.
Ah. Well.
King of the Crease, I want VCG Construction to build me a house in Vegas. Okay. I'm sure the house would be a solid house.
Yeah.
It would be a solid one. You can build mine. Mine on my property that I'm going to get.
I'm surprised Vince is here. I thought Vince was having an anniversary eating his beef sandwiches with his wife.
He just said he's with his wife.
Oh, okay.
Happy anniversary.
So their anniversary is to hang out on live streams with us. I actually feel quite honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you for spending your anniversary.
Yes.
You don't have to. I understand.
No, but I'm very honored that you would find that our company would be so enlightening to you both that that you want to share it with us on your anniversary.
But by the way, when I do build the other house, if you would like to come down, you can build it. I would love to have VCG build the house.
Oh my gosh! Well, I just want to hear Vince be like, "No!" Oh, I'd like for him to actually talk to some of the people here. He'd be like, "Why are they talking so slow?
Why are they so laid back?
Why are
let's
they?
Let's go!
Yeah, move it. Yeah, and oh my gosh, it would drive you insane because they are really slow.
They're laid back. I wouldn't say slow. They're just laid back.
Well, for instance, they were putting this road up, and I'm not joking. There is 30 men working on this road. And actually, to tell you the truth, there was 27 people on the side watching the 3 men work on this road. I'm like, who signed this up? And not only that, they decide to work on the road in the middle of the afternoon when it's blazing hot. So they're like, it's hot outside. Well, why don't you work on the road in the middle of the night when there's nobody traveling down it? Nobody asked us.
I will say that is one thing in Florida that they did. So usually the road work would not start till about 10 o'clock at night, and it would go on till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And they would work all through the night from 10 to 4. And then by 4 o'clock you saw them wrapping up. By 5 o'clock they were gone. Traffic started, and you had no sign of road work other than the signs if there was like a little detour or whatever. But they don't do it here. They work from 8 to 5. 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. That's it.
Yeah.
Sometimes till 6 if they want overtime.
Yeah, and if it's a holiday, even if it's like Gumbo Day or
Jeez.
Yeah, then they leave at 3, and on Friday afternoon they do leave at 3 because it's a Friday, and it could have football on the next day. So
187 says third must post on your first day. Yes.
Yeah, we said that was a rule. You have to post.
Yep. Richard Garner says, "Hey, real estate whisperer and Eddie Poo Poo. Hello, Richard Garner."
Richard Garner, what is I bet your ideal dream home would be a castle? And would it have a moat around it?
With a dragon?
With a dragon? I want to know. Would that be your dream home? I want to know what your dream home is.
Carlos Dela Cruz says 187 and with a plantain tree in the yard. Hey, I would do a plantain tree. I love plantains. Love them. I grew up with them.
Yeah, I know. That's a Spanish thing.
Yes.
I don't like them. I don't know what...
Richard Garner says, "Vince, pull my finger."
Uh-oh, someone has to too.
Uh-oh. 94 GT Coupe. Hello. Welcome to the live stream.
94 GT Coupe.
Oh, and he says 187.
94 GT Coupe. Would your dream home be a home that looks like a 94 GT Coupe? Would it be shaped like that?
Like a 94 GT Coupe?
Yeah, is that what it would be like? I want to know.
Daniel says, "Hello, first time here, and we thank you for joining us, and we hope we can entertain you at least for a full good hour of absolute fun and craziness with your real estate whisperer and me."
And tonight's live stream is all about your dream home. That's all we're talking about is what you consider your dream home to be. Because everybody's version of a dream home is completely different than another person's.
And Daniel, I'm going to tell you, sometimes you'll see our kids run around here, and sometimes they take over. And if you haven't seen it, check out last week's takeover from the two of them.
It's unlisted at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you took it off? Jeez. It was a great takeover.
It was super good. It was super funny.
So keep plugged in. If you haven't done so yet,
smoosh it.
Smoosh the like button.
Smoosh the like button.
Subscribe. Hit the bell notification. And sometimes on those live streams, you might catch two funny kids just taking over and having fun.
Yeah, and when they took over last week, this man named George Roberts got in there, and he started talking to the girls and everything. He actually sent Aubrey a signed copy of a book that he wrote, and sent them candy, and sent us some homemade honey from Tennessee. It was really, really nice.
Yes, and the girls love it.
Yeah,
they're still eating the candy.
Yep.
Yay! King of the Crease says, "Yo, Richard Garner." 187 says, "Yo, Loss." Vince says, "At King of the Crease, houses in Vegas are cheap, cuz 94 GT Coupe, hashtag Dickie Garner is on one today. Boiled Nut says, Carlos, I was going to borrow your blue wrench until you came back. Laugh out loud. Us out loud. Sorry, guys. It got too quiet downstairs. Kids were getting into the pantry.
Oh,
I understand.
Quiet is not good.
Nope.
Quiet is not good.
So Matt, the realty guy, says my dream home would be a 2.6 million in Marathon or Prevost motorhome. Marathon or Prevost motorhome. Prevost. Prevost.
Never heard of that area.
It's a motorhome.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of a Prevost motorhome. I've heard of motorhomes, but not.
Mm-hmm.
Vince says, at Richard Garner, moist. King of the Crease, what? No blue wrench for 94? Carlos De La Cruz says, you got it, nuts. And then your lovely real estate whisperer sent the Discord. Vince says, at 187 ICU, it's been a while. Nice to see you, King of the Crease. Hey, Us Out Loud. Us Out Loud says, hello at Vince. Us Out Loud, hey there, at Carlos De La Cruz. Vince at Us Out Loud. Well, hello, dearie. Richard Garner, King of the Crease, and Vince are in the house.
Vince is in the house.
Us Out Loud says, love me some Harbor Freight.
I've yet to.
We're going this weekend.
I haven't made a decision. I should probably live stream it, like me going for the first time to Harbor Freight. I don't know how to tie that into real estate, but we'll figure it out.
I don't know. Can we live? I mean, can we Skype Vince into that? I wonder if we can do that
from our phone. I don't know how that's possible.
Huh. I wonder if we could do that.
I don't know how that's
possible. Or FaceTime it. FaceTime the live stream with him on it. Oof, that would be fun. 94 GT Coupe says, I don't need no stinking wrench. Matt the realty guy says, I'm coming only if I get to Spoon Eddie.
Oh, the Eddie Poo Poo doll?
Oh, Spoon the Eddie Poo Poo doll, fine.
Yeah, the Eddie Poo Poo doll is
I sweat.
He gets so sticky. No.
Carlos De La Cruz. Hey, Us Out Loud, Vince at Richard Garner in the house. Married to the Farm. It's like Walmart for tools. Some great deals. Some junk. I agree. Us Out Loud, tools and gadgets only. Yes, and that is Harbor Freight.
All right, so there's no flooring. There's no.
No. It is really just tools and little knick-knack things. 187 ICU says, yeah, definitely. You should go and sell shop towels. Vince says, what up, Matt, at the realty guy. King of the Crease. Is Ascension Parish considered a flood zone? Parts of it is.
Let me just put it this way.
If you're below...
The whole state is below sea level. So if you are... The whole state is... just get flood insurance.
I would say, actually, just north of Baton Rouge, you might be okay. But yeah, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, but Livingston is north of us, and they flood. Yeah,
I guess so. Huh. So north of Livingston, then.
It's just, we're in a swamp.
We have flood insurance, and we didn't have any flooding in 2016.
Well, we're really not near a body of water, but what had
right down the street they did.
Really?
Yeah, right where that Dollar General is that they put there.
Well, there's a body of water right there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we're not that far from it.
Yeah, well.
Matt the realty guy says, Vince, sup, yo. Us Out Loud, that's good to know. Married to the Farm, David Ramsey for the win. Matt the realty guy, I keep missing the streams.
Well, you're here.
Miss this one.
You didn't miss nothing.
Well, thank you for coming, because you didn't miss this one. And we do it just about the same time every Friday. Mm-hmm. So, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell, the notification bell. And guess what? It'll let you know. King of the Crease, there is a 5-bedroom house on my block for sale, small driveway, and you can fit 5 people in the yard, asking $1 million. Wow. And you know what? There are some houses here that are the same way. I couldn't do it. I want land. I want to be away. Mm-hmm. Us Out Loud says, I should do that with my investment property. What, hire us to manage it? Fine.
Yeah.
Please feel free.
Yeah.
Richard Garner, Vince, I am glad that the Discord robot is not on the live stream tonight. Yo, we kicked the robot off weeks ago.
Yeah, I fired the robot. The robot kind of tried to come back in, which was really weird. And it was weird because only Redemption could see it.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's because Redemption's a robot.
Daniel says, sup Vince, 187 ICU. He's loyal just like the rest of us. VCG Construction, we love you all. And we do.
We do.
Richard Garner, Campbell, is that you?
Campbell? Campbell, is that you?
Campbell.
Is that you in there?
By the way, great live stream tonight.
Yeah, that was really cute.
The
I like
Campbell
that.
takeover.
Yeah, Mike and Campbell. It was
Yep.
cute. Happy birthday, Mike, by the way.
Yes, happy birthday, Mike. Happy anniversary, Vince. Boiled Nuts says, yo, Vince, how long have you been married? Us Out Loud, you guys are great. So glad I found you. You're distracting me from editing. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It happens to me all the time. I think I'd get a lot more videos done if there wasn't so many live streams. And my addiction, like, some people are addicted to television, some people are addicted to alcohol, some people are addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to live streams. Like, I get, like, look, I'm even talking about them, like, my mouth is watering. I just love me a live stream.
It's her new TV.
It is. And I was a television addict, and I turned off the television, and I went to live streaming.
Well, we hope you enjoy it. We usually try to run about an hour and a half.
One night that we did for like 2.5 hours, and I couldn't believe it. It went by so fast, and we had so much fun.
Yes.
These live streams are so much fun.
They are. It's a time for us to get to connect with you guys. You'll see us jump on live streams, and then we do ours every Friday, and it's our chance to come back to the community and talk to you guys and kind of reach out and find out what you guys are thinking.
If y'all haven't seen this week, I actually changed up my vlogging day. The day I used to release my vlogs was on Friday morning. I was told by one of the somebody that does a lot of YouTube that you shouldn't do a video release and a live stream on the same day unless that's your consistent schedule. And since I don't post every single day a video, he said it would be better if I would post the vlog on Thursday and then live stream on Friday, or post the vlog on Friday and live stream on Saturday. And I like to kind of keep the weekends open so I can show properties, and so I wanted to go ahead and keep it the Friday night for the live streams. And so Thursday I released my vlog slot, which was my dog Rosie and the new listing I got over there that's almost on an acre of land. And I actually had the help of another real estate agent from another brokerage, and I think the video turned out great.
I did too.
It was so sweet to see the little dog, and she got to talk to her dad about the house, and I don't know, I thought it was cute.
It was very cute.
If you haven't seen it yet, go look at Thursday's video, the one I released yesterday. And it says "A Home for My Girl" is the name of the video. So just click on it. It's really cute. It's only 4 minutes of your time, so you'll enjoy it.
And it's a great video.
It's sweet.
Great video.
Very sweet.
Daniel says, happy anniversary, Vince. Vince, thanks, Daniel. Vince, it's been 1 year, nuts. Us Out Loud. Speaking of, I should get back to work. I smashed the like button. Stop by my channel sometime. If you need a good laugh, I sure will. And if anybody has not checked out Us Out Loud, please do. After the live stream, go to Us Out Loud on YouTube and check them out.
Oh, they're live streaming after us?
No,
okay.
But check out their channel.
Okay, yeah, I'll gladly check it out.
187 ICU, smash that like button. Thank you. Matt the Realty Guy, happy anniversary, Vince, and many, 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 many more. I agree. Boiled Nuts, 1 year, still honeymooning, bro, and that is so true. That is so true. But it's a great 1 year. Reality is a comedy. How you doing? Howdy. Thanks for coming by.
Welcome to the live stream, Reality.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you had a busy day today, so thank you for taking time and coming out to the live stream. Vince says, thanks, Matt. 187 ICU, Angelo. Vince says, that's right, nuts. Reality is a comedy. Hey, 187, King of the Crease. Yo, Angelo. Reality is a comedy. Hey, Vince. Reality is a comedy. Hey, King. Vince says, what up, Reality? Reality says, not much. I'm supposed to be working on some bids, but I'm just pooped. Laugh out loud. Well, this is a great place.
Don't poop on yourself, though.
This is a great place to come if you're pooped.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can take you away for a little while.
Yeah, Eddie likes that's why he's the Eddie Poo Poo Man.
King of the Crease says, I say boiled nuts should get a blue wrench.
Boiled nuts?
Ooh, 94 GT Coupe. Finally, a real man. Read it.
Boiled nuts.
Hashtag Dickie Garner.
Boiled nuts. Do you want a blue wrench? Let me know. If you want a blue wrench, I think you've earned your blue wrench potential.
Hashtag Dickie Garner.
Is
that what we're doing now?
Who's
187. Laugh out loud. GT. King of the Crease. There are no blue wrenches here tonight. There isn't. Boiled nuts.
That 94 GT Coupe got one.
Oh. Boiled nuts. Retracted message. Ooh.
Oh, maybe he didn't want. Does boiled nuts want on a thing?
Vince says at Coop and then cries. Boiled nuts. Wow, my comment nut making sense. Ta-dum.
Renaissance Man has the best comments
Yeah,
ever.
that was from Boiled Nuts.
I know, but I'm telling you, like, if I really have had a bad day and I jump on a live stream and Renaissance Man is in there, I know I'm gonna laugh. He's so witty. He comes up with some good ones.
187 ICU. I would love to wrap a wraparound pool with a balcony, so when I wake up, I could just fall right in. So you went like a moot.
Yeah.
A moat. 94 GT Coupe says, knew I liked Eddie Vince. Well, thank you. Unless you're talking about another Eddie.
How did this go from talking about our dream home to, like, it always
It digresses again.
Again.
Boiled Nuts says, King of the Crease, wrenches are used to crack nuts. Oh,
I think Boiled Nuts left. I haven't seen him. I asked him if he wanted to have a blue wrench, and I haven't heard poop. But do you know who I am going to get a blue wrench? Do you know what's going to happen? Mr. Mike Rotan, my friend. Today is the day. Not only have you been crowned the blue wrench of moderator.
You've been knighted. You
have been knighted. But I think it's high time that you earn the Your Real Estate Whisperer mug. I'm turning it, smarty pants. Right here. Look at that. It's for you, Mike Rotan, not this one. I'll get you a clean one. This one's going to be for you.
Does that go to your moderators, or no? That just goes to Mike Rotan? Should go to your knighted moderators.
It's time. It's time. I think if anybody has earned the Your Real Estate Whisperer Cup, it's Mike Rotan. No, I don't think there's anybody that has wanted the cup more than Mike Rotan.
No.
And I think it's high time that he gets the cup.
I agree.
/ soup bowl /
cup / rice eater, whatever you want to eat out of it. Cereal bowl.
Everybody loves the Your Real Estate Whisperer cup.
King of the Crease says, yo, Vince, you taking the wife to Gino's for anniversary? Yeah, where are you taking her? Or did you already do something? And what if you did? What did you do?
When I was a kid up north, they had this place called Papa Gino's. Is there still a Papa Gino's? Is that a thing?
Would that have just been a Massachusetts thing?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I remember it when I was young.
94 GT Coupe says, wrenches. King of the Crease, laugh out loud, nuts. Reality is a comedy. I'm in Livingston, Michigan, about 870 feet above sea level.
We're
here.
We're about 175 in Livingston, Louisiana, under sea level.
Yeah, Livingston, Louisiana is 870 below.
Yeah. So I want to tell you, Mike Rotan, if you want to inbox me on the Discord, or you can inbox me on the Instagram, because you and I are on the Instagram together, but we're also on the Discord together. I don't think you're on the Facebook, but either way, you can just go ahead and inbox me your address, and I will make sure that you get yourself a Your Real Estate Whisperer mug.
Renaissance Man says, I'm here, let's go. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Let's rock this,
Let's
man.
go.
Let's rock it.
187 says GT Wrenched. 187 says Renaissance. Reality is a comedy. Renaissance man. Mike Rotan. Hey, y'all. You're wonderful people. Thank you. Is it just me, or I think he thinks
I think it's just you. I'm not really a good person.
Whatever. Renaissance man. I missed VCG. Apparently, so did Vin. What? Missed VCG what? On the chat, or missed VCG's live stream?
Probably his live stream.
Well, Vince was there. I was there.
Well, he's hanging out with the missus.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know he is.
Okay.
Renaissance Man Yo 187. Daniel says, sup, Mike. Renaissance Man, hey, Angelo. 94 GT Coop. Coops and wrenches go together like milk and cookies. I agree.
Aw.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve a wrench.
Yes. If anybody deserves a wrench, it's Mike Rotan.
King of the Crease says, laugh out loud 94. Mike says, hey, Daniel. King of the Crease, hey, Mike. King of the Crease, is today your birthday, Mike? No, not that Mike.
No.
Not that Mike.
Oh.
You missed VCG's live stream.
Yeah.
Nick and Mike were on it, and it is Mike's birthday. I believe Mike works for VCG.
Well, he had the shirt on.
Yeah. Had the shirt, was rocking it, looked great.
I'll be right back. I gotta put something in my cup. I gotta put some liquid in the cup.
You know, I could have done that for you.
That's okay. You can handle this. I'll be right back. Right back.
187 says, I love it. Just a great community. We support the team. And yes, thank you very much, guys. And I do believe we support the team. We support each and every person on here. You know, Redemption RVA isn't here. I know he's working a lot, but check out his channel. Check out Tech Tool Outdoors. Check out VCG's channel. Check Edge Everyday's channel. Matt the Realty Guy. It goes on and on and on. So we got a great community, and if I missed anybody, go check their channel out. But great community, and we do well here. So Mike Rotan, King of the Crease, is in Vegas. What's up? Married to the Farm at Reality is a comedy. Michigan here too. Oh, you're in Michigan also. Mike Rotan, hey Mike Bryan. 94 GT Coupe, happy birthday, Mike. Reality is a comedy, great to meet you. Married to the Farm. King of Jersey, or K of Jersey. Mike Rotan, 187. Mike, happy birthday. King of the Crease, laugh out loud. Married to the Farm, you too. We are near Caro. I think it's Caro. C-A-R-O. King of the Crease, no Renaissance. Is the King of Jersey. I agree. But you both are. 187, Laugh Out Loud GT, Mike Rotan, at King of the Crease. He's the king of everything. I agree. I think all you all. Reality is a comedy. I'm near Ann Arbor. Renaissance Man at King. Oh no, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and it will mess up my hair. 187 says, puts a emoji of milk and cookies. Agreed. They go well together. King of the Crease says, laugh out loud, Renaissance. Renaissance Man at Rotan. I know nothing. I just asked Jeeves it.
Jeeves.
Just ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves.
Oh, is that still a thing?
I don't know. I
didn't
haven't
know
used it in a long time.
Well, I mean, everybody uses Alexa now, and they're little robots.
Richard Garner says, Eddie Poopoo, do you like Ryobi tools? I have nothing against them. I think I actually have a few Ryobi tools. But I am a DeWalt guy. Overall, I am a DeWalt guy.
Is that the yellow and black ones? The DeWalt?
DeWalt's are yellow and black.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the ones that are in your...
Ryobi's like a green. I think, actually...
You had that Ryobi and you were pissed off about it.
Well, actually, I was pissed off about certain things, but if you look at my nail gun, my nailer, my brad nailer is Ryobi.
Is it Ryobi or Ryobi?
Ryobi.
Okay.
Tomato.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Hey!
Where you at?
Do I like Ryobi? Right there. Richard Garner.
Oh. Okay. Renaissance runs South Jersey and run the North Jersey. There you go.
There's plenty of space in Jersey.
Oh, ICU says, I remember when Eddie was scared of the camera. Aw, that was so sweet. Carla says...
Wait, who said that?
ICU.
Yeah, that's why you don't have a wrench. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't be ugly.
I'm kidding.
Don't be ugly.
I'm playing.
I hand out the wrenches anyway.
She does. I have nothing to do with them.
Carla says, hey, Red Man, they let you in here? A lot of laughs. Carla says, hey, how are you? Microtan says, Carlos, how are you? Richard says, Real Estate Whisper, I am glad you don't have the Discord robot on your live stream. Renaissance says, Yanni. Carla says, hey, Mike, I'm good, buddy. King the Crease says, at Renaissance, yep, but not enough to buy any Renaissance tools. I came back with $1,000. Renaissance says, Garner, glad you could fit in with us between naps.
Wow, so harsh.
King Brian says, lot of laughs. 94 says, Mike. Reality is a comedy says, Microtan, congrats. Microtan says, no! 187 says, congrats, Mike. Everybody...
And by the way, I do want to say I am more comfortable in front of the camera now.
Yes. 94 GTQ says, awesome, Mike. Reality is a comedy says, love the mug, very nice. Carlos De La Cruz says, congrats, Mike. Renaissance Man says, great. We'll make you eligible for a Renaissance tool keychain.
Ooh, is that coming out soon?
I want a Renaissance tool keychain. What do I got to do?
Well...
I mean, I've watched my fair share of tool reviews. I've watched more tool reviews in the last 6 months than I ever have in my whole entire life. I know more about tools than I bet you than most women. Than most women.
I was gonna say, there's probably some out there.
Most women.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vince says, congrats to Mike. Richard Garner says, my dream home is an old castle from the 1200.
Figured.
I told you.
With a moat.
Mike Rotan says, I got a mug. I'm jumping up and down. Oh, I want to see a video of that, Mike Rotan. I want to see you jumping up and down with your mug.
I just want to see what you're going to put in the mug.
When you get the mug, please take a picture and put it on the Instagram, like hashtag it. I'd like to see it because I think it's... Everybody that gets a mug, they put their whatever, whether it be cereal or soup or whatever, they end up hashtagging on Instagram and with your Real Estate Whisperer mug.
By the way, 187 ICU, I hope you know I was joking. You are still my man. He also did put that there too. So.
Okay. King the Crease says, congrats, Rotan. Mike says, Renaissance, ha 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 ha. Boiled Nut says, congrats, Mike. Mike Rotan says, I got a mug. ICU says, lot of laugh, Renaissance. Reality is a comedy says, happy anniversary, Vince. King of the Crease says, I bet, Renaissance. Mike Rotan says, thank you so much. ICU says, we all love the mug.
She had to take a breath before that?
We all love the mug. ICU says, well... We do all love the mug. And Vince says, thanks, Reality. Renaissance Man says, Mike Rotan is the man. Mike Rotan is the man.
He is the man.
Have fun with your chalice. That's a chalice?
Yeah.
Okay.
What did they used to call it in the medieval times?
What is the thing that like they're all like grasping for? And
the Holy Grail.
Yeah, the Holy Grail. That's it.
But it was called something else, though. It was like the cup itself was called something else. Like you could just buy one. I forget what they're called.
I don't know. Carlos says, Richard, with a big sign that reads, "There will only be one." Mike Rotan says, "A happy day, Vince." Mary to the Farm says, "The neighbors showed up, and so I'm out. Fun to visit." All right.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming, Mary to the Farm.
Thanks for coming. Hope to see you every Friday.
If y'all haven't seen Mary to the Farm, her channel is her actually like being very self-sufficient, living on her farm with her 3 boys who are extremely excitable, and she always has all these great creative activities with them. I don't know how she does it without like totally losing her mind, but she really does keep it all together. And not only that, she actually like, you know, you can see her feeding baby cows and, you know, nursing animals back to health, and in the wintertime she was keeping them warm. It was really neat.
So go check out her channel.
If that's something you're interested in.
Yep.
She probably knows more about tools than most women too.
She probably knows more than you.
She probably knows more than me. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give it to her. Reality says, I've been married for 22 years. Can't believe it. A lot of laughs.
Wow.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Richard Garner says, Renaissance, you need to make a solar-powered horse and buggy. Vince says, thanks, Mike. King of the Creek says, don't time me out, Mike Rutan. Mike Rutan says, I'm going to fit in with trout so you can all fish. I'm going to fit it with trout so you can all come fish. Oh, okay.
I'm in.
Yeah. Is that your dream house, is to have one with full of trout? Do you know what I would want? Redfish.
If you've ever had redfish, blackened redfish with
what's the actual name, though? There's another name for redfish.
Some kind of trout.
It's not a trout. Yeah, no. There's a technical name for redfish.
Redfish. That's what I call it.
Well, outside of Louisiana, there's another name for redfish, but it's absolutely delicious. It is. I love redfish.
Blackened redfish with a little lump crab on top. Mm.
Or crawfish etouffee on top.
Crawfish etouffee.
Etouffee on top of blackened redfish is
I'll be right back, guys.
Bomb diggity. King of the Creek says, congrats, Angelo. Boiled Nut says, Mike, I'm a vegan. Can you make my trout green? That sounds delicious, Boiled Nuts. Reality is Comedy says, thanks, King. 187 says, God bless you, Angelo, but you and wifey have a great relationship. Renaissance Man says, hey, cuz, I'm a little light on the beef sandwiches sales this week. I'll make up she's shortage this week. I'll make up the shortage. You put she's, I read it right, promise, bro. I always mistype everything, and do you know what I always do too is I always put like could instead of couldn't. I don't know why I do that, but I do it all the time. 187 says, she's pretty funny, Angelo. King of the Creek says, laugh my butt off in Renaissance.
Ooh, you almost said it.
I know. Reality is a Comedy says, 187, we almost didn't make it. It was always, it's not always flowers and roses, but we stuck it out together. It takes a lot of work.
It does.
Yep.
It is work. Anybody says it isn't.
Renaissance Man, I didn't think it was work, but thanks.
Oh my gosh. See, work.
I never thought of it as work, but whatever.
Whatever. It's fun work. Remember? Do what you love.
Renaissance says, Mike Tan has the wrench. Be cool, cuz. Vince says, where's the beef? Matt says, I wish my office was not the attic and the printer was in our dining room. Okay. Richard Garden says, Eddie Poo Poo, do you have a channel? Yes, Eddie Poo Poo has a channel, and he has how many videos on it? 2 videos on it. One of them is a couple years ago, he made me an anniversary video with some help from the people of his work, and the second video is
the live stream that I had with Joey Gamer.
Yes.
I won.
Yeah, and then you were supposed to be making a video for Sydney's gym meet. That never happened.
Oh, I still have it.
Yeah.
It's done. I mean.
Yeah, but you never did anything with it. Okay.
Let's go on Sydney's.
Yep, that happened. Okay, 187 says red juice. What's red juice? Is that like wine? Reality says, it seems a lot easier now. We made it just past 20 years, so now we're good. Ha ha ha. Renaissance says, check out my channel. No content, lots of subscribers. It's called Keep Up with the Renaissance. Okay. Reality is a comment that says, haha, Renaissance Man. Carlos says, nuts, I'm a pescatarian. So you eat fish.
And by the way, hello, CC Bradley. Just joined.
Yep. My friend is vegan, but she actually is a cheegan because she eats cheese, she says. So she's a cheegan.
Cheegan.
Oh, George Roberts.
Hey, George Roberts.
George Roberts is in the house. George Roberts was the ones that we were talking about that sent my daughter all that candy and the signed book and the delicious honey that were
CDs and
yes.
Everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank
we got
you.
a little. Normally, I would have opened the box up on the live stream. That's how this would have turned out. But the kids already knew that they were getting something in the mail, so they were like, "Mom, we can't wait all the way to Friday. That's not fair." So I let them open the box. But I did finish off my Twizzlers. I'm not gonna lie.
Did we? We finished them off?
George Robin says, "Hello, how's it going? Just got on. We got 3 foster kids yesterday, and we were watching a movie with them. Oh, cool.
Well, you enjoy that time. Enjoy it with them."
Renaissance says, "I'm old school. Ask my servant Jeeves. Don't tell me you all don't have a servant." Nope, don't have a servant.
Nope. No, of course, I also don't live next to $1 million home.
But that was the whole reason we had kids. So we didn't have to hire a Jeeves. ICU says, "Angela, what makes it awesome?"
Still would have been cheaper to hire a Jeeves.
Renaissance Man says, "Hello, Carlos. How did everything turn out, bro?" Boiled Nut says, "Cruise," with a thumbs up. ICU says, "Laugh my butt off." 187 says, "Eddie." Richard says,
"Thank you.
Have you been to Duck Commander where you live?" Absolutely not.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't.
To me, that's a certain kind of crazy that I just can't handle.
Matter of fact, it's about 3 hours away. I want to say about 3.5 hours away. So no, I have not.
The appeal of that makes little to no sense to me. I actually sat there and watched that programming, and I just don't get it.
But we have met some of the guys from.
Oh yeah, from the where
Gators.
where they capture the gators. They're around here. Where I went to go get a birthday cake for my daughter, and there is.
Gosh, I can't think of his name.
I can't.
Your name for him is always Freebird. It's the guy that wears the overalls and the bandana on his head,
and he always has his dog in the flatboat.
Yep. I can't think of his name. We always call him Freebird.
Yeah,
Great guy, though.
Every
really nice guy.
Every time I see him, I'm like, he sounds like, he reminds me of the guy that sings, "I'm as free as a bird now."
But those guys are some of the nicest guys. As a matter of fact, Troy doesn't live far from here either.
Yeah, he's always on the floats at the Christmas float,
Yep.
Christmas Prairieville floats. And
some
everything.
of the nicest people you'll ever
Peter
meet.
Part isn't that far from
Nope.
here.
Nope. And then, as a matter of fact, this year, one of the guys actually lives in Gonzales.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you ever meet them, they don't ever take that fame. They kind of just are the same people that they were beforehand.
Oh, ICU says, "You're still my guy, Eddie."
Aw.
That's so
You're
sweet.
still my guy.
Aw. God. I feel the love around here. It's kind of sexy. Carlos says, "Renaissance man, we're still till here, but my little girl is stable and eating." Well, that's wonderful.
So glad. I am so glad.
Vince says, "That's awesome, Carlos." Renaissance Man, "That's good. I'm glad." Mike Rattan says, "Good to hear, Carlos." Carlos says, "Thanks, guys." 187 says, "You're doing great, Eddie. You're great, Eddie." Vince says, "Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop?"
Bass Pro.
Absolutely.
Because they just bought Cabela's. So.
Yeah, I mean, but even still, before that, Bass Pro was way better than Cabela's.
The Cabela's that we had was nice.
It was nice, but Bass Pro was way better.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, at Christmas time, if you have kids, or even family members, whatever, Santa's free. So you can go get your picture taken with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus on top of it for free. You don't have to pay for
They
those
have a
pictures.
whole shindig, too, for it.
Yeah,
So.
like they give the kids like hot chocolate, and they actually talk to the kids for a few minutes. It isn't like get your picture and get out.
Yeah, hot chocolate in Louisiana.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
but it is believe it or not, it actually does get cold here.
It does. It just takes till about January, and it goes until about February, and then it's done, and then it's hot.
We were cold since October.
Yeah, we were cool.
We were cold since October.
Let's put it this way: 95 degrees today.
And we got snow this year in December.
Yes, we did. 95 degrees today. So just
it was
remember
miserable.
That. Just remember that.
Oh God, this
it's been 95 all week.
Carlos says, "Thanks, guys." Vince says, "Cabela's all right." We already said that. Mike Rattan says, "Both, Vince." 187 says, "Great news, Carlos." Vince says, "Mike," with a thumbs up. King of the Crease says, "Mike Rattan has the power. Mike has the power
of Grayskull of your whisperer."
I have to tell you, when I was a kid, I loved He-Man. Like, I loved He-Man. Everything about He-Man I loved. And then they came out with She-Ra, which was the girl version of He-Man. I'm like, this sucks. I went right back to He-Man. I loved He-Man. And when I went back home, when I got older, and I'm like, oh my gosh, He-Man's on. I started watching it, and I'm like, this is so terrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's
Prince
awful.
Adams and
I watch it, I'm
He-Man.
like, why did I watch this cartoon religiously every single day? It was awful.
So mine was He-Man and G.I.
Joe, he's an American hero, fighting Cobra and Destro. Okay.
Digress.
No. Richard Gardner says, I was at Home Depot and I bought the Ryobi 3.0 amp hour battery kit and got the Ryobi radio for free, but I forgot to buy my string for my weed trimmer, and there today that I needed really badly.
It happens. I know it happens to me.
I hate going to the store and buying a bunch of stuff and then get in the car and go, oh my gosh, I forgot the paper towels.
But you got the free radio, so winner.
It's a goblet. The word that you were looking for.
Goblet, yes.
Goblet. Carlos De La Cruz gives up to 187. King of the Grease says, don't time me out, cuz. Renaissance says, goblet. Vincent says, king, yeah, it does. Mike Rutone says, behold the awesome power of the Blue Wrench. Renaissance Man says, damn you nuts. 187 says, lot of laughs, Mike's. Boiled Nut says, our man, lot of laughs. We thinking alike.
Thinking.
Mike Rutan says, language. He's given his Blue Ridge power already.
And it was her.
But I was reading what was said.
So can he time you out?
No, we cannot. He can't cut off the stream. Renaissance says, nuts. You want to think like me? You don't want to think like me. Trust me. Richard says, Renaissance, have you heard? I've heard you say that nasty word. King of the Crease says, lot of laughs. Renaissance. Carlos says, guys, Mike is the wrench, so be on your best behavior.
Yes.
Vince says, Richard, goblet isn't a bad word. King of the Grease says, tell him, Carlos. Renaissance says, Garner, what did I say? I've been good. Vince says, carp.
Carp?
He's trying to say.
Oh.
Richard Garner says, no, Vince, I said the D word. Mike Rutan gives a blue heart. 94 says, you're good, Ren. Hashtag Dickie Garner, you just looking for an excuse to spank someone. King of the Crease says, Vince, can you say what he wants? He demands. Richard Garner says, Vince, I have the blue wrench. The only way you could say bad word is if you said it in Gaelic. Okay. Vince says, one fish, two fish, three fish, blue fish, knick, knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Okay. Have a beer. All right. And King of the Grease says, a lot of laughs, Richard Garner. Vince said, got it, Richard. Garner says, real estate whisperer, please don't say any bad words.
Yes.
Did I say a bad word?
You did.
What did I say?
The A word.
Oh, ASS? I spelled it.
Spelling it is just as bad as saying it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Reality is a comedy says, haha, Vince, you need some kids. You got the song down.
I'm trying to keep it PG-13 around here.
Cece Bradley. Hello. How are you, Cece? Whispered Eddie Poo Poo. Hello. Renaissance says, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. That's what he said. 94 GTQ says, hi, CC. Boiled Nut says, if Garner had a blue wrench, I probably have to change my name. ICU says, CC. King of the Grease says, yo, CC. Everybody's saying hello to CC. And Renaissance Man said, CC found me. Gotta hide. King of the Grease says, lot of last nuts. Carlos says, hi to CC. CC says, hey, Eddie Poo Poo and all. Vince says, King, you are the beast, cuz. Reality says hi to Cece. Mike says hi to Cece. Cece says you are the... There you are, Renaissance Man. Richard Garner says, Boil Nuts, I like your name. Vince says, Ren is still reigning in AC. Renaissance says, I bet real life Garner curses like a truck driver. Boil Nuts says, thank you, Richard. Reality says, it's been raining here. It will be raining here tomorrow. Cece says, Reality... Hey to Reality in Rotan. Renaissance says, Vin, you picked a bad weekend to come down, cuz it stopped for now, though. King of the Crease says, a lot of laughs, Renaissance. Vince says, Richard is nothing to mess with. Have you seen the size of his dirk? Richard says, Vince, it has been raining arse all... It's been raining arse. Crazy where I am. Mike Ratan, do you guys know where Greg Hackney lives in Gonzales.
Greg Hackney, no.
He lives in Gonzales. Huh. Greg Hackney.
I feel like I should know that name.
I know. I feel like I should too because I know a lot of people around here. I'll look him up.
But one of the guys from Dukes of Hazzard lives over here.
I'll
Lives in some parish.
I'll do a little Facebook stalking and find out who he is.
Now I'm gonna have to.
Yep. Greg Hackney.
Huh.
Write his name down somewhere. Renaissance says it's just like C from the Duck Commander. Psy from Duck Commander.
Okay.
Reality is a comedy. It says, I have to get to this crazy paperwork done. Great hanging with everyone. Good night from Michelle and I. Good night, Reality.
Good night, Reality. Thanks for coming.
Cece said, more rain and more rest, Reality, with a question mark. I thought you were talking about the Trucker Brown channel for a second, said Vince. Renaissance says, at Vin, haha, Dirk Diggler. Vince says, see a Reality. Cece says, a lot of laughs. King of the Creek says, gotta love Richard Garner. Glad he's a part of the VCG gang. Me too.
Yes. I know.
Richard's always been nice to me. Always. Renaissance says, the Truck Driver channel. Mike Rattan says, big Dirk Garner.
There's nobody in our community that's been bad. I can't think of one time that anybody in the community...
When I first got on live streams, I had some people that were just flat out disgusting. But then that's when I made I can't even think of his name right at the moment. Oh my gosh.
So like
Redemption. I made Redemption the moderator, and he weeded him out really quick.
Okay.
And you know what? I think
on this live stream, really?
Not on this one. My very first live stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your first live stream.
On YouTube, yes.
Really?
Yeah, they were terrible. I was doing them by myself.
Okay.
And they were awful because people were mean to me. Like they were gross.
Oh, so I'm your Robin to you're Batman?
But yes. And I was thinking that, I think that's probably why they don't pick on me anymore. They don't say gross stuff because you're on here.
Am I your Lois Lane to your Superman?
Yes, exactly. You're always the girl. Why do you always get to play the girl? I just don't understand. When do I get to be the girl?
Am I your Aquaman to Green Lantern?
Yes. George says 9 is their bedtime, so I see you guys when we're still on. Thought I'd check in. Maybe I'll catch the Sydney and Aubrey show next time it's on. The Sydney Aubrey show should be on Saturday night. We're hoping.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
I see you gives Angela this. Mike Rattan says, see ya, Angelo. Renaissance says, hey, George, do you like tools? I'm sure he's a guy who likes tools. Carlos says, gee. King of the Creek says, yo, Renaissance. Now that Mike has a blue wrench, you can't call him Rodin anymore. It's Mr. Rotan, sir.
Mr. Rotan.
Carlos says, go, Joe. And CC says, King. Renaissance says, He-Man was awesome. Dude was jacked. He was jacked.
He was jacked.
He had the weirdest haircut, though. I have to say, really, the haircut.
I wasn't sure about him when he was Prince Adams.
Whatever.
That was his alter ego.
Well, you never saw him get married.
No.
I'm just saying. Vince says, I like Voltron.
I do too.
Oh, and the Thundercats. Thundercats. Oh!
Wait.
Totally love the Thundercats.
You just bypassed one of the greatest cartoons, Voltron.
I didn't watch Voltron. I watched Thundercats.
Shame on you.
I like that little cat that went sneak. He always ruined everything. Sneak.
But Voltron was the greatest teamwork cartoon.
I don't remember Voltron.
Oh my gosh.
Renaissance says, at King, Rotan is the man. CC says, we need a blue wrench for Rennie. Carlos says, Thundercats! Oh! You can't just stop at Thundercats. You have to say the whole thing. King of the Greek says, give one to CC. Renaissance, dude, Voltron, Transformers, Thundercats, and Gem.
I agree.
I watched Gem in the morning while I was eating cereal.
The Gem one I had to step out on, but agree with all the rest of them.
I like the fact that she could do this with her earring, and it changed her whole life.
Autobots, transform!
I watched Carla says, those were great cartoons, not the crap what my girls watch.
Yeah.
Vince even says, Jim! Renaissance says, please give Cece a wrench. She already has a bat. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Carla says, a lot of laughs, Vince. You watch Gem? Renaissance, Vin. Ha ha ha. I knew that would get you. Ha ha, Gem. Vince said, Ren, it did. Carla says, a lot of laughs, Renaissance. G.I. Joe, Thundercats, Transformers. Oh man, how I miss them days.
I do too.
Richard Gardner says, Renaissance, if I could give Cece a blue wrench, I would. Cece said, are you thinking what I'm thinking, man? Renaissance man, I have spidey senses about some things. Richard Gardner says, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I was out.
Nope.
But that was my kids.
Nope.
I was out.
Yeah, I'm too old for that. I tried to watch it, couldn't do it. Michael says, no bad words or a blue wrench will strike you down. No bad words. And then Richard says, go Power Rangers. And then 94 says, wrenches, wrenches, wrenches. Exclamation point. Renaissance says, don't, Garner. She swings my money maker. That's my face. My face is my money maker. Boiled Nuts says, when I was a kid, Mickey Mouse was still a stick figure. Vince says, Richard, Thundercats will kick Power Rangers' arse. Carlos De La Cruz says, that's right. Lino, don't mess around. Lino. It's Lino.
Lino.
That's what it's Lino. It's Lino. Okay. Ron Shed. Damn, son. Thundercats reference. Yep. We love some Thundercats. I do use God's name in a bad word when I drop something on my foot. Aw, Richard.
Don't say that.
Oh, Greg Hackney is a pro bass fisherman. Okay. ICU says Power Rangers. I'm with you, ICU. I could care less about it. CC said, thank you, Richard. Carlos says, Lotta Last 187. Richard says, GoBots are the cartoon version of Renaissance tools. Just rip off Transformers like every tool company.
Which one?
GoBots are the cartoon version of
I
Renaissance tools. Just rip off Transformers like I did every tool company.
Wow. What? I didn't go with the Renaissance tool one, but
I thought, oh wow.
But GoBots was the ripoff of Transformers.
187 says go Power Mighty Morphin Powered Rangers. Okay. Yeah, go. You can have them. Have at it. Yuck. King Guru says a lot of last Renaissance. 187 says TMT, the Real Rangers. Carlos says you got that right. 187. Richard says Eddie Poo Poo is Robin and Real Estate Whisperer is Batman. Renaissance says Justice League was good in WWF on Saturday mornings. Eddie and I, when we first got married, used to watch WWF together.
But do you remember the WWF cartoon?
Yes.
With Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, the Sheik.
Yes.
The Russian guy, Nikolai Volkov.
Yes.
Junkyard Dog.
Yes.
Who else was on there? I think that might have been it.
Robert's wifey poo just subscribed to my channel.
Aww. But yes, have you ever seen that cartoon? I remember that one.
Renaissance says He-Man had the Lloyd.
This is what I was laughing at earlier.
Had the Lloyd haircut from Dumb and Dumber.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Little Lord Fauntleroy. Little Lord Fauntleroy haircut.
He wore that like pink shirt with the white shirt underneath.
Batman the Animated Series was the best cartoon ever.
Still is.
Excuse me.
Sorry, we're keeping you.
No, I don't even know where that came from. 187 says Renaissance with a crying laughing face. Carla says, a lot of laughs, he did Renaissance Man. Boiled Nuts says age check. Anyone remember Fess Parker? Mm-mm. No.
Well.
Vince says, do you remember the time Superman got drunk and acted like Tony Montana? I don't remember that one.
Say hello to
my little friend. No,
Nope. King of the Crease, have a wonderful evening. Understand you gotta go to a local bar in Vegas. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Be safe. Safe travels back.
Microchan says Daniel Boone nuts. Richard Garner says G.I. Joe and Transformers and Beast Wars. Renaissance says but he could bench 560 pounds, so he could wear any haircut he wants. True.
He really could.
Man, that knife that he was like, that big sword he was carrying around, I mean, that had to be heavy. Did you see the forearms on that guy? Yeah. I mean, he was killing it.
What about his biceps?
Biceps, triceps, his legs, his thighs. My God.
His waist was like this big.
I bet you he could crack nuts with those thighs.
Jeez.
I bet he cracked a lot of nuts with his thighs.
Oh boy, where this goes. Where this goes. Scrooge McDuck was phenomenal.
Ding, 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 ding. You get it, Mike. Transformers were awesome. George Roberts. Yeah, Renaissance. I love tools, but unfortunately, I don't have such time to use them now these days. Carlos says, 94 GTQ. Kevin Conroy is the man. Renaissance says, nuts. What do you mean, Festool? King of the Crease says, time to go. Gotta walk down to the local bar and continue my vacation. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your vacation to spend time with us. I really appreciate it. 94 says, later, Crease. Oop. 187 says, peace out, King. Boldnut says, good night, King. Microtan says, see ya, King of the Crease. Have a great night. Carla says, can of floss? My grandmother used to watch that show. I don't know that was the show.
Was that on, what was that on?
What was the name of the cat that He-Man rode when he was...
He's talking about the
green cat.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
I remember the toy. It just went in one direction.
Yeah, I know. I had it.
And
I also had the Panther for Skeletor.
That one cat.
Yep.
It was just like this.
Yep. And I had the Panther for Skeletor. Yep. And then whenever they turned into He-Man, he had the red saddle.
Okay. Battle Cat.
Battle Cat. Yep.
Man, you're good. Vince says, Carlos, you're a beast. And then Composer Dad's here. I says, I remember that cartoon. Composer Dad, I want to know how you do your animations on your videos.
They're awesome. I love them.
I'm fascinated. Like, I've sat there and watched them. I'm actually studying. I want to know how you did it.
If you guys have never seen Composer Dad's
he's
channel,
so funny.
Please go.
Just watch the one where he makes oatmeal. That one still to this day makes me crack up laughing.
All of them.
They're always a dose of humor.
They are.
They're very funny.
I applaud you because they're great.
I love it.
I do too. I love the animation.
Good, clean, fun humor.
This week was the. So actually, I had to show my daughters this week's because it actually looks like a doll that we have.
Go get Peaches.
I will.
We have that bear, Composer Dad.
We were like it.
We were like, oh my gosh, Composer Dad has Peaches. All right, he's getting Peaches. Richard Garner says Gummy Bears. Oh, I love that cartoon too. Gummy bears flying high and everywhere. We are the Gummy Bears. Renaissance says, yo bro, WDF cartoon, ha ha ha. Vince says, yes, I remember that cartoon. Richard Garner says, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. That was good.
Remember it.
And I liked what were the bears that lived in the tree?
That was Gummy Bears.
Yeah. Look, doesn't that look like the bear from your video?
Kind of.
I think it looks a lot like your bear. The bear that was in your video. But this is our bear. Eddie's got one of these bears. I have one of these bears. And Aubrey has one of these bears. Sydney didn't want a bear. But this is our bear. This is a Smallhorn bear. Vince wants to know, did y'all have the rubber action figures ring?
Nope. Ring? Yes, for the WWE or WWF or whatever they're called.
We did not have that.
Yes, I did.
I did not have that.
Oh, when I was a kid, I did. I had those, the rubber ones, and then I think there was the other wrestling organization that had the other small ones. Yes, I did. Richard
Garner says DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Yeah, Carla said DuckTales. What was the one? Muppet Babies. I loved Muppet Babies.
I did too.
Vince says Scrooge McDuck. Richard Garner says the Flintstones. Vince says Google Superman gets drunk. Okay.
I'm going to have to after the stream.
Yeah, Richard Gardner says the Smurfs. Renaissance says this just means we aren't too old yet. We still remember stuff from decades ago. Yep. Side note, anyone seen where my keys are?
No, but I got to tell you, the Smurfs were great. It's kind of odd that it was just Smurfette, though. One.
I love you, Renaissance man. You're funny. Richard says Alf. I can read your lips behind your head. I can see.
What?
Them.
I didn't say anything.
I can see your mouth moving behind
my mouth wasn't moving. I was.
Okay. All right. Carla says, "Oh man, Alf. What?
I loved Alf.
What does Alf stand for? Alien life form.
Oh, you kill me.
George Roberts says, my favorite cartoons were Johnny Bravo, Pink Panther, but when the Pink Panther started talking, it killed it for me. I don't like it anymore.
I agree.
You know what I used to like? I used to like Tom and Jerry, but when they became friends, when Tom and Jerry were no longer fighting anymore and they became friends, I was like, this stinks. My
favorite character on Tom and Jerry was Spike. The dog.
The dog. Okay. Alf was an anteater, not an alien. Alf is an alien life form. Oh, Carlos says alien life form. Vince says, All in the Family. Take that, Richard. Now you're old enough to remember that show. Ding, 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 Red Man. Ren says, why do I know this? Why do I know this? SH. All right. IC says Knight Rider. I loved Knight Rider. Composer Dad says Battle Cat? Yes, it was Battle Cat. Carla says, those were the days. Those were the days. You don't remember that?
No. Yes, All in the Family.
Yes. And men were men.
Dear God.
But we don't hear him. Oh, I gotta remember the words of that. Hoover, Hoover again.
Carlos Dela Cruz says, those were the days. Yes.
Watchy!
I do, Vince. Mike Rotent, Knight Rider.
And Renaissance says, Watchy! Composer Dad says, aw, thanks. VCG says, Knight Rider worked for the Foundation for Law and Justice, 287. Richard says, the Brady Bunch. Love me some Brady Bunch. Renaissance says, Baywatch.
Now, when did Brady Bunch jump the shark?
When they had that cousin move in. That cousin Oliver.
Was that before or after Hawaii?
When cousin Oliver moved in, that's when the show they tanked. Okay. But it wasn't their fault what happened to the Brady Bunch. The network told the Brady Bunch they were done, even though they were doing great.
No. I think they were trying to finish it off before.
No, they were still, the writers still wanted to write the show, but the network said they were done. And they actually made more money on the syndication than it ever did when it was originally run.
Well, yeah.
Mike Rutan says, Edith. I remember Edith Ann. Do you remember her? Edith Ann, who used to sit in the big chair. That's who Sunshine is based after. It's Edith Ann in the big chair.
So if you don't know who Sunshine is, please watch some of her past
if you don't know who Sunshine is, I will link a video up here. I will link a video about Sunshine.
Sunshine has a dog, and she likes to talk about not pooping her pants.
CC Bradley says Sanford and Son. I never liked it.
I did.
Renaissance Man said Carlos says, Renaissance Man, because you had an awesome Saturday morning growing up. Composer Dad says, Peaches!
Peaches!
Renaissance Man says, Big Dummy Lammet? Big Dummy Lammet? I don't know what that is. Richard says, Renaissance, Baywatch was awesome. I didn't like it. Vince says, Sanford and Son was awesome. I didn't like that one either. Mike Rutan says Grady and Esther. Composer Dad says Peaches, Dr. Flash, long lost cousin. Oh, that's Dr. Flash.
Oh.
Composer Dad, those bears could be pen pals. Oh, they totally could.
They could.
They could write each other little paw notes to each other. Renaissance says, Esther is coming to see you. Vince says, Renaissance, ha ha ha. Microtan says, Elizabeth, not Esther, Renman. Composer Dad, has anyone seen the new Muppet Babies? I didn't know they came out with the new Muppet Babies. I turned off the TV over a year ago, so I have absolutely no idea what's going on in the world. It's kind of nice to have your head in the sand, to tell you the truth. Vince says, WWF Eddie is a beast. Carla says, Richard, have you seen Fraggle Rock? Down in Fraggle Rock.
Down and out in Fraggle Rock.
I love Fraggle Rock. I think Lamont was awarded Purple probably Purple Heart in Vietnam. Okay. Richard said, I loved Fraggle Rock. Everybody loved Fraggle Rock. Dance your cares away. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let the people say.
Dun, dun.
Down Fraggle Rock.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
It's down at Fraggle Rock. That's, yeah, it's just down. It's not down and out.
So you mean all these years I've been singing it right?
Yeah, shocking.
Like all these years of my childhood?
Shocking. There has not been one lyric that he's ever gotten right. Love him to death. And
all the way since my childhood I've been singing that wrong?
I don't know you when you were a kid, so I would just assume that you, since you've been singing it wrong ever since I've known you.
So haven't you corrected me to this point?
Alf says 8 cats, kind of random.
Yes.
187 says Richard is cool. We can overlook the Power Ranger thing.
Yeah.
Renaissance says, where's all this stuff coming from? I have no idea. Carlos De La Cruz says, a lot of laughs. Look at Eddie's face. Carlos says, haha, Power Rangers. No one named my guy Popeye. So
Popeye was great.
I liked the movie. When I was a kid, I liked that movie.
I hated the movie.
I loved it.
Oh my gosh, that was the worst movie ever.
I loved it. My composer said, Dad says, I love Alf. I love that Alf ate cats. What a guy. Could that show happen today? An alien puppet housemate that eats cats? Absolutely 100% not.
Oh, I kill me.
I do too. I make myself laugh all the time. Oh, Land of the Lost! It was the worst program on early morning Saturday, but I watched it it was so bad. I was trying to figure it all out. I'm like, this is so terrible. And they had that, like, little mutant, like, that little kid that was, like, following around, but it was like a half monkey, half kid. Oh, it was so weird. And he always messed up everything. He was the one that always messed up everything. Like, God forbid you leave him by himself in the control room, because that's it. He's gonna take a rock and start hitting everything.
Hey, Team Kid. Just join.
Team Kid. Thank you for coming by, Team Kid. And it's not Laurel, it's Yanni.
Yes.
What's Still Stacks, Vince? Microtan Still Stacks. I don't know. Richard Garner, Little House on the Prairie. Yes, loved it. Loved.
Good night, John Boy.
No, that was not Little House on the Prairie.
Which one was that? That was which one was that?
Not Little House on the Prairie.
Was it no.
No.
Was it
No, that was the show in the 70s, sweetie.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't like that one either. Mm-hmm. Little House on the Prairie had that little girl at the beginning. It was usually before Family Ties.
Yeah, the one that was running down the thing.
The hill.
Carlos says, oh my God, Vince, Land of the Lost. And Cece said, I love Land of the Lost. What is... Cece probably says, Slee Stacks. Mm-hmm. What is Slee Stacks? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Carlos says, wait, which version, Cece? Boiled Nut says, Vince, I was already old. Richard Gardner said Golden Girls. I loved Golden Girls.
I did too. Do you know what the spinoff for the Golden Girls was?
Yes.
What?
Hey. What was that guy's name? Hey. It was an older guy. He lived next door.
So it wasn't Hey. It was Dear John.
Yeah, Dear John. Yeah.
Yes. And he was what was he?
Real estate agent.
Nope.
I don't know.
He was a pilot.
Oh, okay.
They get to me for all the ones I...
Do you guys know where the phrase "jump the shark" came from?
Yes.
Yes, I do. It came from Happy Days when Fonzie jumped the shark. Yep.
And that's when
the show
Happy Days went...
tank. Vince says, I don't remember Slee Stacks. I don't either. Mike Rattan says, Baywatch, Renaissance Man says, hey, Eddie, the Hawaii trio was the jump the shark moment.
I agree.
I liked when they went to Hawaii and they got the amulet, that thing around his neck, and then all this bad stuff started happening.
That had to have been the worst.
I was a kid. I loved it.
Oh, I was too. I was younger than you, and I still thought it stunk.
I loved it.
Oh.
Carlos says, you're cheating, man, to Richard. Lotta, you're watching Nick at Night. Renaissance Carlos, ha ha ha, Team Kid here.
Do they still do Nick at Night, by the way?
It's not like, yeah, they do Nick at Night, but it's not stuff you want your kids to watch.
Never mind.
Carlos says, you mean Babe Watch, ha ha ha. Boiled Nut says, Cruise, lot of laughs. Team Kid says, made it here for a short time. Well, at least you came by and I really appreciate it. Cece says, lot of laughs, Carlos. Mike Rattan says, yup, Carlos. Vince says, wait, didn't Arthur Fonzarelli jump the shark with a leather jacket? Yes. Mike Rattan says, Team Kid, hey. Vince says, hey. Hey, Team Kid. Mike Rattan says, hey, don't forget to smoosh that like button. Thank you, Mike Rattan. And Mike Rattan, if you know how, you can go ahead and put a link to the Discord and let everybody invite them to the Discord. But we all know the rules to the Discord, which are don't share the links to the Discord outside live streams. And you must post something in the Discord.
If this is your first time, you must post something in the Discord.
Mm-hmm. Renaissance says, Everton, I thought it was Elizabeth. Drop the ball. Elizabeth.
I don't know.
Richard Garner says, Xeon Warrior Princess. Carlos says, hiya, Team Kid. CC said, I was in love with $6 Million Man. Loved that show.
Me too.
Renaissance said, Vin nailed it. Carlos says, Xeon was a good spinoff to Hercules. Vince says, Richard, Xeon was the warrior processor. Team Kid says, hi, Mike Rattan and everybody else. Mike Rattan says, Bionic Woman named for the bonus points. What was her name?
Wait, which one? Bionic Woman?
But the name for Bionic Woman. I remember. Do you remember Wonder Woman's name? I remember her first name. I think I want to know her last. I know her last name.
All I can remember from Wonder Woman was the invisible plane.
Her name was Diane.
Yes. Of course, I could have just watched the new movie.
Or Diana. It was Diana or Diana.
I can't remember.
I don't remember her name. Renaissance says Warrior Princess, ha ha ha. Team Kid said my favorite movie was Titanic. I love Titanic. And I didn't want to like Titanic, and I ended up liking it. We didn't watch it for like 5 years after it came out.
It was longer than that. Like, okay. It was on TV.
Captain Caveman.
I love Captain Caveman.
Team Kid, game over. I pity the fool. A-Team. Oh, that's what Renaissance says. A-Team. Game over. Yep.
I pity the fool.
Carlos says, Renaissance Man, nothing gets by you. CC says, folks, I like... Folks say I look like her Mike.
Folks say I look like her Mike. So would that be Xena the Warrior Princess?
Oh,
I'm assuming?
Good for you. Vincent says, Captain was amazing, 187. Team Kid says, movies. Team Kid says, movies. Holes, reading the book. Oh, yeah. That movie with, the movie Holes. Do you remember that movie? It's with, the guy that goes, just do it. Just do it. He screams in the camera. Shia LaBeouf.
No, I've never read the book.
Yep.
Oh. I wonder if Aubrey has.
I don't know, but my brother said it was amazing. Matt the Realty Guy says, cocktail time, bourbon, lime, seltzer, fresh line, skinny girl, sweetener. That's right with the world. Everything's right with the world. Cheers to everyone. Yeah.
Cheers.
Carlos says, Renaissance Man, A-Team. Mike Rattan says, I love you more, CC. Boiled Nut says, I thought Popeye, the movie, was great. Robin Williams was awesome. Mike Rattan says, hey, Mike. Renaissance says, A-Team loved it with a plan comes up. I love it when a plan comes together. A-Team was awesome. Mike Rattan says, the Waltons. That's the one you were thinking of.
Okay. They kind of all ran together.
You know, I always thought when I was a kid growing up on the Waltons, I always thought those grandparents were kind of mean. Like, they're really grumpy, especially that grandmother. She was grumpy.
All those shows ran together.
I loved MASH when I was a kid. Loved MASH.
Loved Family Ties.
I was okay with. I would much rather watch MASH than Family Ties.
Family Ties, and then Cheers.
And then
where everybody knows your name.
Saint Elsewhere. That
yes.
I loved Saint Elsewhere.
Yes. Your first hospital show.
Yeah, I like the hospital shows.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, and I used to like the one with Angela Lansbury.
Oh,
Murder She Wrote. Loved it.
She's typing on the typewriter.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, like, I would hate to live in that town because, like, everybody killed each other. Like, if I lived where Angela Lansbury lives, I'm getting the heck out of there because everybody gets murdered in that town.
Hey, your next door neighbor is Angela Lansbury. Ah! It's for sale by... I don't care if it was my dream home.
Every week she had somebody that was killing somebody else. I'm like, oh, I need to move away. Tom and Jerry, the Waltons, and John Boy. Matt says, Mike, is that the man? Vince says, all mini 14 fire and never hit anybody. Renaissance says, damn, Rotan beat me. Richard Gardner says, Looney Tunes. Vince says, Blanc. Matt says, Emergency 51 and Chips and shows. Chips, only shows I watch.
I love Chips.
Chips was good.
I did. Eric Estrada.
Hello. He wore some awfully tight shorts.
He wore some awfully skinny jeans.
Carla says, hey Vince, I pity the fool. Team Kid says, are you going to see the royal wedding? I'm going to try. If not, I mean, that's what YouTube was made for. You can watch the reruns.
Hey Sydney, what are some of your favorite cartoons when you were a kid? Give me two.
Diego.
Diego.
Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go. Yes.
Renaissance says the nursing home was the spinoff to the Golden Girls. Team Kid said bye. IC says Hong Kong Fooey. I remember that.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Vince says, hey Carlos. Richard says Scooby Doo. Mike Rattan says Matt loves those shows. Renaissance says Matt Chips haha. Mike Rattan says my childhood. Carlos says trying to forget Chips. Punch.
Why?
Punch. Oh, that was so stupid.
That was great.
Richard Gardner says, pound puppies. Matt says, Emergency 51 got me to join the fire department. Renaissance says, Eric Estrada wears skinny jeans. Vince says, the Highlander. Cece said, who remembers David Carradine in the desert? Not me. Carla says, the movie or the TV show, Vince. Vince says, it's better to burn out than to fade away. Carla says, Kung Fu. Richard Garner says My Little Pony. Cece says The Equalizer. Renaissance says Partridge Family wasn't my thing. Me either. The Rockford Files, loved that one. Vince said both Carlos. Cece says I wanted to be the Equalizer. Yeah, who doesn't? 187 says the original Hulk show. Cece says yes, Carlos. Renaissance says Xerox was the warrior prince.
Xena.
Isn't Xerox the warrior processor?
Oh,
Carla says, Cece, what do you get if you can snatch the pebble from your hand? Okay. Cece says, yes, I see you. Linda Carter was Wonder Woman. Oh, Linda Carter was Wonder Woman.
I also
That's who played Wonder Woman. Yeah, but her name on the show is Diana.
Yes.
I also really like Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Yes. She's still Peppa Pig.
Oh, hello, George Roberts.
Oh, you got a lot of people saying hello.
Oh,
Renaissance Man asked, what is your favorite tool?
The stapler.
The stapler.
And the multi-tools.
Lindsay Wagner was Bionic Woman. That's correct.
That
Richard Garner says Gilmore Girls. Carlos says, wait, Dr. Quinn? Richard? Really? Vince says, I like the own villa in the...
So Richard Garner, currently we have Power Rangers.
Grapevines and Fruit Trees. Okay, I'm sorry.
So right now with Richard Garner we have Power Rangers
and
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
I know.
Wow.
Oh, Richard Garner's Seventh Heaven. Are you just pulling up
Hey,
every
Seventh
garbage
Heaven,
every
Gilmore
garbage
Girls.
television show? You can leave that open. It's super hot in here, babe. 187 says,
Thank you.
Renaissance says to 187, dude, I love the Hulk in the college when we watched it in reruns. We watched halfway in and last 10 minutes when he changed it to the Hulk. Ha ha ha.
With Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah, I
That
always
was the
like.
greatest.
I liked the storyline, but you're right. The whole middle part you could totally do without until the last 10 minutes. He was like, oh.
And did you know Lou Ferrigno was deaf?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
Everybody knew that. I always liked when he was walking away. You know, he was
Yes,
at the end. He was always walking away in some
Bruce Banner.
Yeah, murky, foggy day. I always like the music there. Vince says, house would need to be too big, but I'd like some land. Okay.
I'm with
Mr.
you.
Belvedere.
I love Mr. Belvedere.
That was good. Oh, Silver Spoon.
Yes.
Love that one.
With the little train
Yeah.
going through the house.
Richard Gardner said Home Improvement.
I liked it.
ICE says a lot of laughs. Renaissance. Tim the Toolman Taylor says Carlos. Vince says the Hulk. Lou Ferrigno was the Beast. Cece said the Blob. Renaissance Man said Garner. Just listing shows out of the old TV guides.
No, you know what he's doing? He's listing everything from CW.
Yeah. So stuff he's still watching. ICE says facts. Vince. Matt says Fantasy Island, baby. Loved
The plane.
Loved Fantasy Island. CC Bradley said a lot of laughs. Full House.
Fantasy.
Stupid show.
What was the boat? The Love Boat.
The Love Boat. We watched that. I didn't really like it.
I
My
didn't
parents watched it. It was like that was their thing.
Yeah,
I always liked in Vicky. She had that weird. She had that little Lord Fauntleroy haircut. Vicky did.
I wasn't a fan of it.
Oh, it was terrible. Hill Street Blues, good one. Mike Rattan said, cheers, my all-time favorite. Richard says, Mom's Family. Cece said, who was the reporter that found monsters? Who was the reporter that found the monsters? I don't know.
And what show?
I don't know. Cece, I take one day off and you call me names. I'm not a blob. 187 says Bubba. Vince says, I love Cheers. Cece said, me too. Mike Rattan said, leaving out the best one, Magnum P.I.
That was great. I did like Magnum.
I didn't like that.
I did.
Richard was Texas Ranger. You're literally listing out every garbage television show that ever existed. Are you doing it on purpose?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Renaissance says, Vince, have you ever seen Pumping Iron? Boiled Dad says, Sydney. Vince says, Sydney the Turtle in the house. Mike said, yo, Sydney. Carlos says, the eyes of the Ranger are upon you. Vince says, Ren never saw it. Richard said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. ICU said, Happy Days. Carla de la Cruz said, hi, Sydney. Renaissance says, Sydney, favorite tool? She already mentioned it.
Stapler.
Yeah. Stapler. Have you seen my red stapler?
Red stapler.
Have you seen
my
my
red stapler? Can I have a piece of cake?
I just got a red stapler. George says, hello, Sydney. Cece says, Kojak the Night Stalker. Vince says, Ren, that was that Schwarzenegger? Cece Bradley says, Eric Estrada, oh my, gag. Mike Rattan said, I liked Bonnie. Cece. Vince, Renaissance says, Vin, you should catch it. Ferrigno and Arnold training in the Olympiad. Huh. George Roberts.
Watch it.
Turtle Girl, a lot of laughs. I like turtles too. Richard says, Three Stooges, the cartoon. No. Matt, the realty guy. Mork and Mindy. Nano.
No, that was Live Long and Prosper right there.
Yeah, but Nano was this too, wasn't it? And he used to shake like this.
No. What was it?
Nano was this.
That's Live Long and Prosper. That's Spock.
Oh, so all right.
I don't know what it is.
I'm telling you, I'm just.
So I take over?
Yeah, because I'm gonna do one of those moments where I know I'm right.
Turtle Girl. I like Turtles too. George Roberts, Richard Garner, Three Stooges cartoons. Richard Garner says Smallville. Again, you're in every CW show. 187 ICU Sydney. Vincent says, I'll check it out, Ren. CC Bradley, Pumpin' Iron, the documentary. I'll have to see it too. I have not seen that. George Roberts. I had a 4th grade teacher named Linda Carter, and she looked almost like her. Us boys all loved her. Renaissance Man, breaking news. Renaissance Tools releasing a 12-volt battery stapler. Send cash now, get stapler later. Richard Garner, X-Men, loved it, still do. Still watch all the movies. Renaissance Man at CC, yep. 187, MacGyver. I loved MacGyver. The only man who can create a bomb out of a paperclip, duct tape, and a string. I don't know how it happened, but he created a bomb and it'd blow the door up that he was locked in, the room that he was locked in, and he would escape. MacGyver, who didn't think they were MacGyver growing up? I agree. Boiled Nuts said, gotta run, gang, be good, and take care. Thank you so much for joining. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you had fun. Micro 10, I still carry a Swiss Army knife. 187, Carlos De La Cruz, MacGyver is the man. Watched him on CG1 or SG1.
Oh man, you're right. Do you know what Nano Nano was?
Yeah.
Nano.
I thought it was something up here. I couldn't remember.
Nano.
Yep.
Oh man, you're right. I hate that.
I'll take that one all night. Actually, you know what? I'm not right. I'm not.
You are. You were very right.
No, Robin Williams is correct, not me. Carlos De La Cruz, Micro 10, See a Boiled Nuts, 187, Laugh Out Loud, Carlos De La Cruz, Later Nuts, Vincent Wren, you should invent a cordless stapler that doesn't require line voltage or solar panels. Ooh. Boiled Nuts, Later Mike's, Cruz, I'm Gone, Matt the Realty Guy, Good Times, and Sanford and Son. Dynamite!
Sanford and Son, it was not Dynamite.
He said Good Times and Sanford and Son.
Okay.
Appreciate. Thanks for coming. CC Bradley says, Laugh Out Loud, Vince. 187 gives the peace. 2 nuts. Vincent says, MacGyver was awesome.
Peace to nuts.
Renaissance Man, I'm MacGyver now. What do you mean, think? That's true. I mean, you got everything built off of solar panel and little volt batteries. Mighty Mouse was Richard Garner. CC Bradley, let's make a deal. 187 says Bob Vila, and I did watch some. What was it? This Old House.
I loved it. Because it was all through New England, and so some of the houses, I was like, it looked like it was right around the corner from us. I think probably some of them were.
And Matt the Realty Guy did post the best one, which is Hogan's Hero. 187 ICU says, who gave us life?
I never found that show Hogan's Hero funny.
I did. Carlos De La Cruz, This Old House, 187. Renaissance Man, Vin, I'm almost done. A manual stapler, game changer. Amazing. I wonder how that's going to work. Richard Garner, Ren and Stimpy, yes.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was great. Matt the Realty Guy, I know nothing. 187, Laugh Out Loud, Carlos, Vincent, a manual stapler, revolutionary. Where can I send my cash? And I think Sydney would love one, as long as it was red. I have one in my office.
So I think we've established one clear pattern with all of this. Everybody's dream house is in a cartoon. or living in the past in some 1980s television show, sitcom television show.
Renaissance Man says, Garner, Ren and Stimpy, ha ha ha. Pinky in the Brain was phenomenal. I loved it. Pinky in the Brain. Richard Garner, Family Matters, yes. Renaissance at Vin, 1600 Pacific Ave, Atlantic City, New Jersey, 082441.
Why did you read it like that?
Whose address? I don't know.
I know, but you're like, read it. You know how to read?
No. At Vin, 1600 Pacific Ave, Atlantic City, New Jersey, 082441. 187, another toothpaste. Vincent, Killer.
Any toothpaste.
Oh, any toothpaste. Sorry. Vincent says, Killer knows from outer space. CC Bradley, I've been going up someone else's stairs.
Vince says, Renaissance, beast mode. Matt, the Realty Guy, Cosby shot, putting His pudding pop where the pudding pop don't belong. Oh man, I know everything that the guy did, was awful, but that was a great show.
That was a great show.
I mean, we now we can't even talk about it because he's a scumbag. But that was a fantastic show.
So what was right after? What was right after the Cosby Show? It was not Family Ties, but what was the one with the girls and Mrs. K, Mrs.
That was it had Mindy, it had Blair.
Yep,
it was The Facts of Life. The Facts of Life.
Yeah, that one.
I thought that was after the one where with the little kid that lived upstairs. The Facts of Life was on, and then the two adopted children moved in with the rich dad and the daughter. The two black kids from the hood moved in. It was Gary Coleman, the Drummonds.
Oh, gosh, I can't think of the name. Different Strokes?
Different Strokes. It was The Facts of Life that it was Different Strokes. That's what came on. And then Silver Spoons.
Might be. Do you remember the one with what's the show with what's his name? Bartolo? Gosh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It will come to me. Carlos De La Cruz, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I've never watched it. Mike Roten, Laugh Out Loud, Matt.
Matt says show. Cece said a lot of laughs. Cece said look at that wrench, Mike. Renaissance says nobody said the Jeffersons didn't like that show, but still.
I did like the Jeffersons.
My parents liked it. I didn't like it.
I loved it.
I thought the guy, the George Jefferson, was so mean and grumpy.
Oh, I loved it.
I don't like negative people, and he was always super negative. I had enough of that going on in my life. I didn't need to watch it on television.
I loved it.
Carla said, a lot of laughs. Cece, wrong house. 187 says, don't forget to smash that like button. Please do smash the like button. I really appreciate it. George Roberts said, Andy Griffith's show, my all-time favorite, but the Three Stooges was awesome when they had Curly in them. But when he died, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I agree. Beverly Hillbillies was good too.
I used to like the Little Rascals when I was really little. Matt says, this is Old House is still on. Yeah, I know, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. Vince says,
we're moving on up
to
the east side.
We're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up. Okay.
Renaissance Man says, at CC, no, you're good. I gave Vin a dummy address. Don't want him
walking in on us.
Woo! CC says, woo!
We know we're having a little YouTube hookups here.
Richard Garner says South Park, and then he says Simpsons, and I agree, and then the Family Guy right behind that.
Renaissance says, people, don't go to that address. It's probably a crack house.
Let's all go.
Clowns with a K. Georgia says, I lived in Mayberry. I'd live in Mayberry if I could get there. I need more modern conveniences than Mayberry.
It's got one jail.
Renaissance says, the facts of life.
Yep.
George says, facts of life, Eddie. Renaissance says, why do I remember this SH stuff? Richard Gardner says, Roseanne.
And it's
Vince
back on
says,
TV.
Renaissance, I'll already send you the cash to that address. George says, different strokes. Mike says, different strokes. Carlos says, I'm too jaded to put up with Goober Pile.
Gomer Pile.
He said,
I know, Goober Pile.
Gomer Pile. We've got some people around here that are just like that Gomer Pile.
187 says, it was awesome hanging with you tonight, your real estate whisperer and Eddie, and remembering that my childhood was awesome. Good night. And
good
have
night,
a wonderful
187.
evening.
Thank you for stopping in tonight. It's been wonderful. Renaissance says, I'll get it, Vin. Crackheads don't check the mailbox. Come on, cuz. 187 says, good night, real estate whisperer crew. It's the Whisperers Crew. Hashtag Whisperers Crew. Mike Rattan says, see ya, 187. Vin says, now I'm never going to get the manual stapler that doesn't require batteries, a cord, a solar, and a nuclear reaction. 187 says, peace out. Good night, 187. Vince says, Renaissance cool. Matt, the real estate guy, says, different strokes, Cosby show. Produce that boy. That doesn't mean something in a different way. Okay. Sweet dreams, ICU. Vince said, I got you after I get cash. Allows 6 through 12 months for delivery. Vince says, good night.
Good night, Vince. Happy anniversary. Enjoy.
Good voice.
Oh, good voice. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said good night.
No, he said good voice. You good cannot voice. Read.
Because I was reading fast. Sorry.
Yeah, Richard says, I dream of Jeannie.
That was good.
And I have a good voice? That's hysterical. I'm sure you're joking. I can't sing.
That's what you were doing.
I don't know.
You must have been doing something. Mm-hmm. Huh. But I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched were phenomenal. Loved them.
I loved Bewitched. And when the little girl would do this with her finger because she couldn't move her nose, so she would do this. But that, and I love that woman that played the Bewitched. She died of cancer.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked her, and I was sad. Vince says, read just in time. Gelogist. Renaissance says, go to AC at your own risk. People. Richard says, the Dick Van Dyke Show. Rassisi said, hope not, Matt. Later, 187. Richard said, Friends. Ugh.
I was a Friends fan.
Vin said, haha, I'm stealing that. It will be on your door no later than February 31st. Matt says, Mary Tyler Moore and I Love Lucy. Vin says, I'm not joking. Courtney Edge! Yo, how long have you been on? I didn't get the notice and I didn't see you. Oh, only like
2 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, only 2 hours and 15 minutes. No.
But thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Really good. Edge was on. Brian was on.
Brian was on earlier.
And then he bolted.
Yeah,
he didn't want still be on.
He didn't want to talk about houses. Within an hour, it turned from houses to TV shows. So, and Vince says, "Does it look like I'm joking?" Oh, he's getting tough. Carla says, "Renaissance, is that the address the worse than the Strawberry Estates?" George Roberts says, "Good night, guys. I hope you have a dream of Jeannie. That would be awesome. See you next time, Kristina, Eddie." Good night, George Roberts. Thank you for popping in.
Thank you.
Vince says hello to Courtney. Cece said, "We've always noticed you. We always notice you, Courtney." Mike Rattan says, "Hi, Courtney." Carla says hi to Courtney. Matt says, "Seinfeld." Vince says, "See you, George." Good night, George. Renaissance says, "We just started 5 minutes ago." George said, Courtney says, "Frick, are you kidding me? Dang it." Renaissance says, "Later, okay. George." Cece says, "Lot of laughs." Vince says, "Courtney, are you on your new computer?" Carla says, "Good night, George." Richard Garda says, "Renaissance, pull my finger, please."
Oh, gosh.
94 GTQ says, "Hi, Courtney." Vince says, "Courtney, that new PC is a boost." Carlos, no Strawberry Estates, you got me, bro? What's Strawberry Estates?
I don't know, but Matt says no soup for you.
No soup.
Soup Nazi.
Yeah, no soup for you. That guy really does exist. That guy was really in New York City, and that guy really is that big of a jerk. My brother lives there, and he's like, that soup Nazi's a real person. So with that, 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Whew.
I love hanging with you guys. I swear to you, I love it.
We could probably go 3.
I love it.
We could probably go 3.
I know, but these people need to get back to their families, and yes. I appreciate you taking your time, because time is probably one of the most precious commodities that we have this time. What?
Courtney put on there, "I'm boycotting the PC." She's boycotting Brian's new PC.
And with that, everybody,
sorry.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Cindy the Turtle and Aubrey will be live streaming after VCG on Saturday on Cindy the Turtle's channel, because her channel is officially verified. So if you guys want to hang out with Cindy the Turtle on Saturday evening after VCG to give her a little love and support, they're absolutely hysterical. I was dying laughing. So I hope you guys would go check out Cindy the Turtle tomorrow night. So anyways, with that, you guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys all get the house of your dreams. and the dreams that you always hope for.
Yes.
Good night,
And with
everyone.
that, good night. Whoop.